start on YouTube. There we go. All right, Arbase asked me to cast. Very spontaneous, and we're casting. They copy paste this link. Good to go. Hopefully my YouTube doesn't crash today. Tab was crashing yesterday. This is giving me drafts. Maybe it's time I actually make a scene for the drafts in OBS. I'll just look at them on a display capture like I've been doing. I think this is still, is this the round of 64 still? I think it is. Chaos already in the lobby, he's prepared. Prepared. Alright, let's look at these links Arbase sent me. Let's maybe open the game. Hello, Arbase. How you doing? It is draft time. While ending last night with the Jays game, you interrupted my watching the highlights to cast this Arbase, so I didn't see the ending. I was just waking up. Alright, so we have Acropolis is game number 1, Jungle Swap, Kilimanjaro for Youpudding, Pacific Islands, and Evacuation for Chaos to win, who picked a randomly generated name. I like Kilimanjaro. Maybe we'll see another fish boom. Do you know, Arbase, if we've been seeing lots of fish booms on Kilimanjaro? As I don't really anticipate it. What is this thing? As clear as it. Interesting. We've seen a few. Alright. I feel like they're going to be ever more popular. As we keep going. Sadly, no fish boom stats. Ooh, we do need fish boom stats. We should have a Viking pick. A free wheelbarrow and handcart for the map. Otherwise, I don't know why you'd take it. And Phantom BMT, thank you for the follow. And they won. Did they win with a fish boom? And Greentail, hello. I guess they have the cheaper dock for the fish boom. Good Dark Age bonus. Still waiting for them to start this draft. Waiting for Chaos to pick his name. This is why we need the pitch clock. Only for drafts, to go straight from the map draft to the Civ draft. Civ's played on Kilimanjaro or something. Alright, here we go, here we go. No Spanish for Youpudding. No Georgians. For chaos. Gujaras and Georgians. Away. The Chinese picked 9 times for it. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Chinese probably should have some of the changes to their start reverted, where they still need to build houses. Oh, we have a bot. We have a bot. Best viewers are already here. I've been getting loads of Discord spam recently. Discord really needs to not mark as read channels who only have messages that have been deleted from bots. The worst was after Cartographers won, like no one was in the server and there was a bot who had posted in it. And then no one noticed, and by the time I got there, it was past 7 days. So I couldn't do the kick the bot and delete all messages from the past 7 days thing. I actually had to go to every single post and delete all of them manually. Tiny Star is only good on maps with tons of eco near the start. Well, I mean, it's still better than normal on, like, Arabia or any standard start. It's just insane when you have all the resources at the start because you don't need to build the houses anymore. And you start taking right away. I think that'd make them a lot more balanced on a lot of tournament maps where people try to do alternative starts. Without really affecting them that much. I mean, they need to slight nerf anyway on most maps. I do kind of miss the days where you'd like halfway build one of the houses and then finish it later. That was kind of cute. The maps here. We have Acropolis for Game 1, and then Jungle Swap and Kilimanjaro for Youpudding, and Pacific Islands and Evacuation for Chaos. So let's see, out of all the maps, 4 of them have water. And this is what I want to avoid for the next TTL. When we have maps that should be land maps, but actually all 5 of them have water, right? Because Kilimanjaro is fish booms these days. Like maps that should be land maps, like Acropolis and Kilimanjaro. But we have fire galleys in the middle or a fish boom. Even Jungle Swamp is like, you kind of want that to be a land map, but it's a fire galley map, and whoever wins the middle tends to win. And nowadays they'll dock literally any pond. So I think you gotta, take care for our next map pool. To be a bit more careful with the map choices. Because as you write, they will dock any pond. Like, I could literally make ponds without fish, and they will fish boom with fish traps in them. Especially if the fish booms get stronger with the additional upgrades in the new water balance. See, that's the thing, though. It's important enough that you go straight for the dock in your Dark Age build order. And I'd rather have a land map where you're not, you're worried about playing a land map. and dealing with an open land map and not like fire galley fighting on a land map. Up, down, left, right, A, B. And yeah, because especially because the fishing will get stronger. I guess it probably won't matter for Acropolis, right? You're probably not doing gill nets there for like 3 fish traps. Our base demolished. A pyramid attempt. Even on in the Acropolis where like there weren't deep fish, I've seen players go for docks for just the shore fish. Your pyramid. And see, Acropolis was played for years where no one ever went for the middle, but then you know, it was a great map in its own right because of how open it was. You'd see drushes to the small woodlines at the top. You'd see scouts running around. I didn't have to heavily modify the map to change the wood locations, so players had them and going for a dock. I think it was a much more interesting map when you didn't have the like the middle, because then it just becomes like another Kawasan or another cross, where you like and you don't even have the like the aspects of sneaking to different ponds or docking locations. It's like it's one pond and you fight over it. And, you know, it'd be okay if that was the only map where you did that, but nowadays you look at a map pool and you probably have like 3 or 4 maps for the most part where it's small ponds for fire galleys. And if we're going to do water maps, I'd prefer the water maps be more interesting, like islands or migration or something more different, so you have more variety in the water maps. And it's not the same small pond fire galley, or in the next patch, small pond Hulk. Like we see over and over. Because like right now, if I go back to the map draft, we have Acropolis and Jungle Swamp, which are kind of the same thing. There's a bit more hunt on the outside on Jungle Swamp, but kind of the same thing. Small pond in the middle, a couple of fish, so it doesn't last forever, but it still gives you a really good boost. And then you have to be careful of your thin wood lines at the start. Whereas that's kind of the theme of Jungle Swamp, where the fish in the middle should matter, but less so what we want with Acropolis. And you kind of see the same civs, same gameplay for both of them. You're not like thinking of picking different civs like you are for Pacific Islands. Like at least that's like a water map where you have a different set of gameplay, and you'll go for like Vikings, Dravidians rather than like Persians, Georgians, Lithuanians. That's the thing, I do wonder, like, what the trade-off, though, is between adding more fishing ships and more fish traps versus doing the technologies. I guess it'll depend on what the cost of the techs ends up being. Because you might play it by doing fewer fishing ships and fewer fish traps, but doing the upgrades, and overall having less investment for the fish boom. Oh, Gabby, hello, you're up. Good morning to you. Yeah, that's, I asked Petito, he said that they waited around. And Barry got the admin one. Hello, Skinolis. Let's see, they have launched, and we get 1 minute. It'll be Acropolis, Hindustanis for Chaos, and Malay for Youpudding. Oh, I was excited to cast that. I was going to be like, we'll do a 10-hour stream. Maybe next weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up early to cast, was it Jordan versus Soxy? I have to be careful though, because I'm changing my clocks overnight. I need to make sure I don't miss it by an hour. Right, here we go. Here we go. Happy clock adjustment day. Hello, Lars. I guess technically clock adjustment day is tomorrow morning. And here we go. We shall have Acropolis. We'll have Youpudding as the Malay, the red Malay on top of the hill, and Chaos as the blue Hindustanis. Now, Hindustanis versus Malay. Feels like the Malay are a fish boom civ, and the Hindustanis maybe more of a ignore the pond type of civ. They can still dock, I guess. Americans a week late. It's lovely to have an extra week of not darkness in the evening. We should have more of this. And Monk Kazima, thank you for the follow. And let's double check. Yeah, map looks balanced. Well, I need to adjust the gold slightly. I saw a couple map gens when they were too far away from the TC. But not a big deal, and I think we can admin read if they're particularly bad. Today's the day I don't have to worry about going to bed early. I'll still have to go to bed early so I can wake up to cast. We got this set and then a Stronghold Frenzy set. And I think that I have other work and map scripting I gotta do today, so I'll just cast 2 sets after the long stream. Oh jeez. Gabby heard they were the same person. Arvase heard they were different people. Ooh, okay, Chaos. He's got a strat. He's going to the side. He is not going to go straight to the front for the wood line. Spent all this time guaranteeing that the map gave wood lines, and Chaos is going to ignore it and go for the side. Hold on. Oh, give me a moment, chat. I need to go. I'm gonna have some static on the mic. I need to turn the heat off in my apartment, otherwise you're gonna hear that on the mic. I'll be back in 1 minute. Alright, this is why it's good we don't have the wood lines in the corner. At least there's no wood line back here. Yeah, we'll probably have a regicide map. Although sneaking in a sudden death map could be nice. Yeah, and apologies for the static. It takes my furnace like a minute or 2 to turn off after I tell it to turn off. Yeah, the pizza map was fun. So, yeah, just hybrid map things. We'll have 5 vills on wood for Youpudding, and he'll be making some fishing ships now. And Chaos will be avoiding the middle, going for a clandestine lumber camp on the side, pushing in a deer, and moving out to his berries. You hate the pizza map for 1v1? feel they should be great. I feel Hindustanis would be better, again, if we didn't have the deep fish in the middle. That's why we see, like, Persians, Lithuanians, Malay doing better on this map than they had in the past because of all the fishing now. It's less about being an open scouts map or like a drush into feudal map, and more about controlling the fish. So there's Loom. He'll catch up a bit with the Malay uptiming. I have 3 for 3 in TTL Bronze. I mean, it's not like, I don't know, Celts or something you won't see on the map ever. Our base is like, no, I miss my Celts. There we go, there's the furnace turning off. Alright, just in time for feudal as chaos is up, and Youpudding won't be too far behind. And 3 fishing ships for Youpudding. He sees that chaos did not dock, so he'll invest into the extra fish. And now he's doing a forward barracks and controlling the wood in the middle. If you look at his scouting, he has not scouted the wood line from chaos. And chaos, I better hope he doesn't find that with any archers or tower rushes. Super far away, so I doubt a tower would be in time to disrupt him too much. And still has all the wood left at the top, so if he does later on get pushed off and need to do a lumber camp, he'll have more wood up here. They've been picked 10 times in 75 sets. That's actually pretty good for Celts. Is he putting FC? No, he's not FC. He is going feudal. FC Karambits would be crazy. But here he's going to fight for the fish in the middle and go archers and for a standard feudal play. So he was prepared to go up to do maybe a fire galley to fight for fish, but since chaos didn't dock, he will have a free fish boom. And he can start going for archers. Adding in a couple of spears to protect the archers now that he sees the scouts. And here he can wall and stay safe. Needs a couple more tiles of wall. Needs to build the palisade. What? Oh, couldn't right-click the palisade. Oh, I think what happened there is he tried to right-click the palisade, but right-clicked a scout and the vill got stuck. And that'll be a dead vill. Alright, the greed of not finishing the palisades hurts him. And now he is in time, though. He is in time. We see Chaos attempting to go for the dock, but was not in position with his scouts to protect the vill. Got a vill pick. But might not be worth it if he doesn't dock himself. And now the timing on that dock is going to be so bad that the fish will be taken completely. Or Youpudding by the time it goes up. And oh, nice move to trap the archer right against that wood line. Nice. And that'll mean the scouts can pick off a spear and it won't be 2 spears together. One needs to pull back, but actually quite nice. And then you can take the other spear. And we'll lose a scout though, but gets the spears, gets the archer. And we'll finish the dock. So nice quick wall lets him finish the dock. Had those 2 spears been together, I don't think he finishes it. Got some low HP scouts now, but fires can start coming out. And he's housed, though. He's housed. Oof, and that is rough for chaos. Oh, is Youpudding housed? Youpudding was housed. So nice quick walling. And he will get this. Ooh, one more hit on the scout, but ooh, loses 3 scouts all of a sudden to an archer and a spear. They were low HP anyway, but that hurts. Even keeping the low HP scouts alive in those later fights helps if you're just getting a couple hits in with them. Spear and the archer on top of each other. I think adding in a fire from Youpudding is a mistake. I don't know. I mean, if you destroy the dock eventually and you're the Malay, you can add the cheap fish traps. There's still a shorefish there. And we see he's up around 1,000 extra resources collected. Combination of the 2 deep fish and being the Malay. And that's what we see on this map. Even just taking 2 deep fish gives you a crazy eco bonus. Now the Malay probably will be up in res collected already, but not that far. Okay, and he's even that far ahead without double bid axe. I mean, we have double bid axe in for chaos. He did Horse Collar for the farms. And now I'll be adding in a defensive range at home, towering his gold.
Yep.
And... well, Youpudding has to be thinking, where's this guy taking wood? He's not up here, he's not down at the bottom. At some point he might think to look around. Oh, where are those vills going? They're going for another clandestine lumber camp. They can go right to the edge of the map and wall themselves in. Yeah, Rapture, did we have for sudden disaster, we had it so the TCs still were acted as sudden death in the map script, right? I actually kind of like that more because you see the TC destruction animation play before the player is defeated. At least for 1v1s, for team games, it's probably still good that they're insta-defeated, so they don't have a couple extra seconds to control. So attempted forward stable here from Youpudding. Chaos attempts to deny it. That spear will push the scouts away though, and Youpudding is up to the castle age very quickly as the melee. And as a melee player adding in a stable, maybe he's gonna go elephants. Oh yeah, those spear. Remember, it's the melee spear, and the melee spearmen have the free armor upgrade. So fighting them with scouts is rough. You know, actually, that's a pretty good civ pick, melee. If you think your opponent's gonna be going for a scout civ, and you want to go pond plus archers, the extra armor on the spear pays off really nicely. On the other side, skirm defense from Chaos, picking off archers. And crossbow on the way for Youpudding. And there it is. There is the elephant. Youpudding feels far enough ahead that he can make elephants, and he's 1400 res ahead. And so second TC on the way. Castle Age just now clicked for Chaos. Didn't play FC plus Castle. That's Phosphor who does FC plus Castle. Youpudding was the FC Sicilians Donjon Sergeants. But he's also a really good player in his own right without the special strats. I mean, look at that Elo, he's 2664. Yeah, I can understand the confusion.
Yep. Yasa kuka baginda. Yep.
And hello, Kai World over on YouTube. So, mining camp on the stone, elephant still hitting farms. And Chaos has to run back. El Dorado as a map. I really liked El Dorado in the past. I think he got a bit figured out. Maybe if we go back to the land version of El Dorado without the water on the outside. Then we get back to the aggressive open land map theme. So elephant goes down. So El Dorado does kind of come down to winning the fish on the outside a lot of the time too. Or just whoever gets the first castle drop up. Ooh, nice pick on that Vill. And Youpudding up by 10 Vills, continuing to hoover around. Chaos struggling even to afford upgrades on the skirms. Clicks Elite Skirm. Well, it might have to fight before that gets in. Streaming again already? Yes. And TC here going up on the wood line for Youpudding. Hills will run over. And Chaos did come back on the water eventually. But yeah, I think a bit too late looking at that eco difference. And hello, El Bubble. Oh, he's found the clandestine woodline with the elephant now. And forced up double towers. And oh, okay, at least Chaos killing some crossbows, Youpudding not paying attention. And Bodkin on the way for Chaos, as the skirms are scouting around the top of the hill. Trying to keep the crossbows away. And at least Youpudding is losing some army. Does probably need +1 armor on the elephants at least. Yeah, that tower making short work of the elephant without armor. More defensive houses going up for Chaos. The scores look a lot closer than I think the game actually is based on the eco we can see. Yeah, it's 3 TC boom for Youpudding. It's going to be a bit before that pays off in the score. And that's what I've seen from casting a lot. When you go for 3 TCs, your score doesn't boost right away. It takes a bit of time for that investment to pay off. Need some monks. Chaos can maybe do with some monks against the elephants. Yeah, that's what he has here. Yeah, no armor, and the skirms deal with the elephant. Only 2 armor, so the skirms there are doing 3 damage. That was actually quite nice there against the elephants until... Even with 1 armor, it makes a huge difference. So here, Bosa on the way for Chaos. Hindustani's playing Skirm Monk feels wrong. Well, that's kind of the situation he's forced in, right? He didn't have the middle, so when he gets pushed back very defensively on the hill against the archer opening, has to go for the skirms to deal with the archers. To the elephants. Or monks become the counter to the elephants. It always had the pond, but we added deep fish for TTL Season 4, which I think was a mistake. To be fair though, players always dock for, or even dock these days for only shorefish. Maybe they need to be removed too. I thought the deep fish made it really interesting for Nations Cup. Oh, could the elephant one-hit the TC Foundation? One-hit the TC Foundation? Oh. Okay, the vills are squishier. What is going on there? Okay, Youpudding was not paying attention. But that's okay, because this is going to be destroyed anyway. And now we see the score starting to pay off as we get to 88 to 52 eco, and there's the GG as Chaos can feel the score. Yeah, very suddenly that economy kicked in as Chaos was scrambling. So 31 to 19, Katie, much better eco for Youpudding. Started from winning the fish in the beginning and nothing else that Chaos could do after that. The win for Youpudding. And the next map is Evacuation. They just launched. Here we go. The Japanese for Youpudding and Bengalis for Chaos. Better hope he can cause a bit more chaos than he did in that previous game, because that was a pretty clean one for Youpudding. Once Hindustanis get to 70s, that's fair, but that's a big point to get to. Oh, also we have, I just noticed a wonderful palindrome. 14,041 followers right now. 14041. Alright, here we go. We have Chaos as the blue Bengalis to the northwest, Youpudding as the red Japanese to the southeast, and the map is Evacuation. We'll likely see some fishing on the outside for both of these players. And the question is, will they lure in the boar that they have across the shallows? Or will they leave it there and take it later? Sometimes players go take it with the scout right away, sometimes they leave it. I've seen many different approaches to this. Looks like Youpudding just wanting to pick up the cattle right now. Hello, Patty. We just need exactly 100 followers, and then we'll have another palindrome. So grab 99 friends and all follow at once, and you're fine. And lumber camp going up on the backwood line for Cass. And Stuffing, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, okay, Chaos not quite having the goat under the TC at that moment. And the rhino there blocking access to the tree for the villager. Getting to an in-person Pokemon Go event. I remember when it first came out, you'd see other people playing it too. With 99 friends, you'd not be watching G90 Bronze qualifiers. That's true, you'd probably have things to do. Like watching TTL Bronze qualifiers with your friends. Oh, captured by the scout there. Have I covered the tort? What do you mean covered the bracket? It's a single elimination bracket. I have showed it on stream before. So, dock here for Youpudding. Not going for the corner dock, going for the side dock. I guess this is a bit safer since you're not directly next to your opponent. But it does mean you have fewer fish available. Talk about the favorites and anything? I haven't done that. Maybe I'll look at that when we get to the top 8 for the final 2 weeks. And maybe I should update the handbook so that the calendar defaults to November now. And ooh, Youpudding could steal a cow. Yeah, there he goes. Grabbing a cow from Chaos. So 5 on wood, he's going for the dock. Youpudding will... Didn't see the dock, might scout it with the cow, nomad style. Well, with 5 on wood, he'll be pretty safe in knowing that there's a dock. Not that that's surprising or anything, but 6 on wood for him. Might be useful to get a barracks up as the Japanese then, if he wants to go men-at-arms. And we'll have Loom after that Vill for Chaos, so it looks like it'll be 20 Vills plus Loom and 3 fishing chips, and he'll be up. Fairly standard stuff there. And same build it looks like from Youpudding. 2 fishing chips, he might add a 3rd, but wanted the barracks first. Spending the wood on the barracks, and we'll be going for men-at-arms. Needs the gold mine here for the drop site. But that'll be nice and cheap for him as the Japanese will have that discount. And Chaos with a cow over here, scouting the coastline. And here we go. The evacuation of the villagers heading to the mainland. And we'll probably see a lumber camp up here. Although right now he doesn't have the wood to build anything. Oh, he's gonna actually go back here, not gonna go for the berries. Okay, gonna go for the backwood line.
Hi.
Didn't see cumins on this map. Cumins, you'd never see them on a water map. The problem with cumins on hybrid maps is that the fish boom kind of offsets the extra TC that you have. And it's hard to afford 2 TCs and a dock and fishing ships. So you're not getting that big of an advantage. And if you just go and play water, then you don't actually have an eco advantage yourself. We had seen them on Spiral a long time ago, but I think people figured out you could just kind of fish boom and then play a normal game and not be behind. I remember seeing Valessa do that. Pick Byzantines, won both bodies of water, and just outfished the 2 TC boom. So here come the men-at-arms from Youpudding. Now this map is super hard to wall, especially with the cracked terrain making your walls weaker. I think there were a couple of hyper-random sets too, where one player got Cumins and it was a water map, and there was very little that they could do. So, men-at-arms hit the scout, low HP scout here. And the men-at-arms, maybe they'll head over to the dock, but no Vill out there still. Oh, Capture Age froze for a second, that was weird. And tower on the wood line for Youpudding, being extra safe, making sure nothing surprises him out there. And this wood line will be evacuated, and, well, Chaos, living up to the map's name, evacuating from the men-at-arms. And he'll do another lumber camp where he's already towered. And from atop the hill, those men-at-arms will make short work of that lumber camp. I think it's on the cracked terrain. Hard to tell with the lumber camps, because they sometimes can be on the forest terrain.
Hey.
Oh, look at that Vill. He's standing still. He's not mining. He's just sitting there supervising. Saying, hey, all you other Vills, you'd better work faster. I'm watching you. I'm watching you mine. Hello, hello, Chicho. Vill taking the weekend off. He's busy changing the clocks. Needs some off time. So Chaos investing into more fire ships now. Second dock though from Youpudding. So he might be able to pull back and get his numbers amassed again. Might be able to do a demo too. We'll also repair. This is pretty good for Chaos though. That's a lot of fire he's spewing out. And some repairs there. I'll force the fire away. The Repairville absorbed some fire, but he went down. A demo raft here at the right spot could be nice. More fire, and there's a demo. So Youpudding coming back. Coming back a bit on the water. As he comes over here, he will also have more Repairvilles. As fire needs to fight here. Okay, not the best micro there. Here's the demo. That gets a hit, but only on a low HP fire. So Chaos investing more, went for that second dock earlier and invested into the fire galleys. Problem is Japanese fishing ships are really difficult to destroy, especially with fire galleys. But we see the downside of Youpudding's initial dock being over here is he's about to run out of fish. And now if he wants to claim more fish, he has to go back up here where he's already lost the area. Because in between the two land masses, we did not put any deep fish. On land, though, he's forced up 1, 2, and now a third tower from Chaos. The initial one was out on that wood line. Chaos had to do a market. Youpudding is going to use the market to go up. And there he goes, up to the Castle Age first. Now he lost the water, but he always has the option, if he wants to fight for water, of amassing a few fire galleys going up and then clicking War Galley, having a timing advantage. But Chaos, going to use the market himself, sold 600 wood. And I think that just goes to show how devastating that men-at-arms pressure was on land, along with the archers behind it. Wasn't able to collect gold. And he's still struggling to find a way to get the food to go up. Those over here will hit the archer. Fire will take down the archers here. Gate goes up. Won't matter as much once the new water system drops. I mean, they still have twice the hit points as other fishing ships. I guess the one thing, if the Hulks are strong, you won't use your Japanese fishing ships to block fire anymore. Yeah, it looks like Youpudding's housed. I feel like the players have been housed a lot this series. Archers on the stone. Chaos, if he's thinking of a castle for Rathas, now has to be careful of his stone. The archer's right outside the tower range. Needs some bodkin, and then maybe they deny the stone. Although he can't just buy a castle at this point. Well, Chaos... Here's bodkin. Has enough stone. He's won the water. But he is harassed everywhere. Does not have gold access on the mainland anymore, but has it by a starting TC. And now both players doing upgrades, fletching on the tower to keep the archers even farther away from the stone. He's ready to buy a couple of rounds of stone and drop a castle. Where does he drop it, though? Not going to be forward because the Japanese cav archers already are on their way out. He does do a castle. Maybe he could try to do it over here somewhere. Man-at-arms probably would see that, though. Low HP men-at-arms at least can be used as scouts. 2 HP each. One's all you need. They're A-okay. Cav archers trying to hit more vills, deny some more gold access. You could hide the fishing... Oh, that's true. You could hide the fishing ships in the dock. That's true.
Hey. Hi. Adish.
So Cav Archers want to pick off a couple vills on the castle. No ballistics, so hard to hit anything DE. The vills here should be pretty safe. Bloodlines will come into the Cav Archers. And can Cav Archers with Bloodlines fight Rathas? They will have 70 hit points. Maybe this won't be the worst setup, as long as you have numbers on the Cav Archers. I think the Rathas still have more hit points and win fights. But Cav Archers should still be useful. Now they can come out here and start hoovering around, hit this wood line. And ooh, if they come here, that could be a problem. That could be a problem for Chaos.
Hey.
And you can run to the tower, but not all the vills are going to fit in the tower. Don't know if the Cav Archers would tank arrow fire. Maybe if they had armor, they would. But at the very least, they will idle the economy, and that is now 17 idled vills, 22 idled vills, counting those. Okay, the men-at-arms are cleaned. The market stays up. Ratha against Cav Archers. Ratha not there in the numbers yet. Closing the distance to hit them better, but that means melee mode should be coming into play. I wonder what about the Rathas. Rathas don't really cost resources. Feels like you just get them from nowhere. Bill's forced off the wood line. And he's trying to do a stable. Could use upgrades like Bloodline's Husbandry for the Rathas. And now he has enough Rathas he can push the Cav Archers back. These things, they have so much HP. I mean, 4 of them, what, that's just about the same HP as the Cav Archers, right? And they don't even have Bloodlines yet. If he loses the market, oh gosh, you're right. He needs to repair that. Doesn't have the wood for another one. On the water, he has won that quite convincingly. Okay, now he's getting wood again. Maybe Youpudding should have been opening with skirms instead of Cav Archers. So Chaos actually has a Vil lead, and surprisingly, all these Cav Archers were not able to get any Vil kills without ballistics. That's only one eco kill the entire game. That just shows the importance of ballistics. Most important tech in the game. Rathas go down there. Ooh, okay, losing the Cav Archers to the castle. And that's not good. Let's see, Youpudding does have a second TC up. And Icy Glacian, thank you for the follow. Still a good mass of Cav Archers, right? 17 Cav Archers. Does that win? Ooh, that 17 could go away if Chaos is microing properly here. Okay, there's ballistics though. There's ballistics. So 2 TCs here for Chaos. 3rd TC being added in now for Youpudding. 8 fishing ships still for the Bengalis, but they're starting to get less efficient as the fish get a bit farther from the docks. Still some good fish for a while. He's redocking, so he's going around and redocking. He's keeping the fish working. That's important for the eco. Yeah, but look at res collected, right? You putting up by around 2k resources. Stuck between a castle and some fires. On the hill. I think he needs to run. I think he overstayed his welcome on the hill for a bit. There's still no bloodlines on the Rathas, but Youpudding not taking a good fight here. He's trying to raid on the outside, but also he's losing cav archers everywhere. He's doing thumb ring now. He's gonna take this fight, he needs to be on this hill. Pushing the Rathas back a bit. Ballistics now on the way for chaos. I don't know, I feel like I still like Pudding's position, but the fish, it's hard to measure how much of an impact the fish are gonna have in the long run for chaos, if he can keep them alive. Which I think he can at this point. Remember, Rathas do count as archers, so the Japanese cav archers actually do have +2 attack against them. So that actually helps out in this fight quite a bit. I think if he just goes cav archers, he should be okay, but he needs to take better fights. We got 19 cav archers, but only 14 of them here. The rest of them grouped up somewhere else. Oh, over there. Youpudding Elo is getting there. That it is. I mean, he's a 400-point favorite in this set. Taking out some fires with cav archers. Let's be careful of the castle fire on that hill. Ratha's coming here now. Ratha's going to raid the eco, but that means the cav archers can come and hit this eco. Now they are fully upgraded. They have their armor, they have thumb ring, they have ballistics. And now these Japanese cav archers are in their full form. Youpudding still with around 3,000 more resources. Including the fires, and it's not even a big problem for him now. He has the numbers. But has to be careful of the Rathas. Rathas can go into melee mode and hit the TC. That's one of the big risks of Rathas, actually, they're diving TCs. This tower, this wood line, this is not good. Right there, that's not good. He clears the fires, and he's gonna need to get a good counter raid. Because the Rathas are gonna kill 16 vills. Or they can even go in melee mode and destroy the tower. Okay, it's not too bad, not too bad. Right, now they destroy the tower and get 5 more vills. At the same time, the cav archer is trying to get a counter raid. They're getting some damage in. Okay, look at those cav archers go with thumb ring and bodkin.
Hey.
Okay, well, Youpudding saying I can kill some of your vills too. And he needs to. The vill count is now even. A few more might go down for Youpudding. Needs to garrison the TC. And Imp clicked for Youpudding. Imp for Youpudding. He's running out of farms on the mainland. He needs to manage his idle economy. He's having a lot of trouble dealing with those Rathas. These 2 gold mines not walled in. Vills will need to run. That'll be a 4th TC for Chaos. And, well, if the cav archers, this is an if, but if they can win a fight against the Rathas, I think what happens is Youpudding just goes and drops a castle. Because he'll have the map control for it. He could even send the vills now. He has all the stone for it. He just carefully reclaims his gold back here, waits for the Rathas to do some over-hoovering. Drops the castle. What is his scouting? He sees the 2 TCs, so he knows that this is a great spot for a castle already. And all the cav archers coming over, and this, if they fight the Rathas, he can take a good fight. Youpudding really needs to do a better job of garrisoning his vills, though. Smart. Hey, hello, Snippy. He's down by 1k score, but he's up to Imp, up by 3,000 resources collected, and I think he has the better army. His micro has not been there this game, whether it's on the vills or the cav archers. He's gonna let the Ratha slip out. And, oh, that's a chicken castle. Gotta go put my costume back on.
Adish.
That needs to be far more forward. Very good with the new buffs. Have they been buffed even more? He's destroyed the fires. Now Imp is going to be in for chaos, but a bit slow on the timing. And hello, Wizardrix. Chicken Castle, yes. Another Ratha here. Is that for skirms? Yeah, it's for elite skirm careening. Treb's gonna come out. These Rathas are so... Are they faster? They're not faster than the Cav Archers. The Japanese will have good skirms too. The Cav Archer's getting more Vils. This is Chaos's turn not to notice his Vils dying. Okay, Ratha's going down. There's a monk out there. And now it's Parthian tactics in time for Trebs. And other than skirms, what does Chaos do against Japanese Cav Archers?
Hi.
Don't think there's a good answer for Bengalis. Gonna be lots of skirms though. Yeah, Chaos is losing Rathas down to 4. There's no more army. And Youpudding retakes that score lead. Probably flip back once Imp comes in, but I think Youpudding's in a great spot to raid. Needs Trebs. If only that castle had been here. And now he's getting the Trebs. And okay, under 2 fully garrisoned TCs is not where you want your Cav Archers to be, even with Parthian and armor. Okay. Now we're gonna buy some stone and do another forward castle. This is what I want to see. This right here. There we go. Buying the stone. And now it's time for the Trebs. The Trebs are popping. And he sees the ranges, he knows he needs something against the skirms. Maybe that something is just a forward castle and the fact that Trebs have lots of pierce armor. Yeah. Let's see, nowhere else really to send the Cav Archers to raid on the mainland due to those castles, but he's got some Cav Archers dying to skirms. Chaos retaking the score lead, but his TCs are about to go down, and he's going to lose a ton of Vils. TC will go down really quickly. They have decent Scorpions. They have heavy Scorpion with Siege Engineers, so yes they do. Scorpion could be an option.
Hi. Hey.
And yes, he has still no army other than a few skirms. No pressure on Youpudding's eco at home, even though there's nothing there. Even has more ranges and Cav Archers. Probably should invest maybe into some skirms himself just for safety, but Mindstone doing another castle, get more Trebs at home. It's been such a weird game that it feels like Youpudding has been ahead the entire time, even though he lost the water. Even though the Rathas were there, and even though Chaos had the score lead. I think we're seeing it now, as the Treb push comes in and all the TCs are destroyed. A desperation TC for Chaos so we can garrison. Has no relic been claimed? No, Chaos has 2 relics. Like he claimed 2 relics that were over here and they're right in that monastery. They will soon be no longer claimed. And with this number of Cav Archers, you can probably overwhelm the skirms. Looks like he's also going to start adding in the swordsman line. Not to fight the skirms, and he should be okay. And whatever, he can do whatever at this point, I think. Still 3k res ahead. I'm going to see a couple of Rathas come forward to raid, but shouldn't be much of a threat with the Cav Archers there. Two-headed swordsman still needs the armors and upgrades, but working towards that. Use gambesons too. That relic's not going down. Treb's killing skirms. There we go, Treb's killing skirms. And, ooh, the elite Ellie Archer range destroyed. Chaos will be like, oh, I have a lot of resources suddenly. It has to click that again in another range. Even the Japanese Cav Archers, though, they're going to have an attack bonus against these things. They're archers. It's a +2 against archers there. Here come the champions. Just about finished getting the final armor. And here they come, almost ready to go. Only need Gambesons still. Oh, past Gambesons. Okay, yeah, he's good to go then. Final +2 armor. Let's do a total of 6, and then he goes. There goes down. How'd that castle get hit? Now conscription on the way. More champions. And there's Shipwright. He's gonna look to get back on the water. There's Cataperuto. Oh, we got a shot on the Trib. Both missed, so Chaos lucky. There's pikes for the Elephant Archers for the faster attack. Oh, lucky again with the misses, and he'll run away. To iron casting. So now the skirm's being a bit difficult. Swordsman transition expensive and takes a long time. The Tribs keep pushing. More eco upgrades for Chaos. Chaos holding on. Closing the score difference a bit. And maybe the champion switch wasn't what Youpudding needed. Maybe Youpudding should have just made skirms. Let's see, maybe it's enough still. He's okay. Oh, but here come more Trebs. Trebs take out a castle. Sneaky Trebs from Chaos. Little Red Cliffy. Range being tribbed. And oh, the boar! Something shot the boar. The boar. Go, boar, go. Oh, the boar. They killed the boar. These Cav Archers continue to push. There's one a lumber camp there. That's a risky spot for a lumber camp. His Theocracy will be monks now from Youpudding. Man, worry about the small Cav Archer numbers, not even heavy Cav Archer. And finally a Treb getting hit. It was by a missed shot intended for something else, so it doesn't die. Oh, yeah, that's true. No chemistry for some time, too. He's not a bombard cannon sib, so we might not realize that. No chemistry, no heavy Cav Archer? And that champion line of upgrades was expensive. He could have much more cheaply, I think, gone for skirms and then had the upgrades, instead of spending all that gold on the swordsman line for the Cav Archers. Maybe you could think about pushing on the mainland, but still, it doesn't really have anything to take the castles out yet. No cannon for the Japanese, and no castle over here for Trebs. Could do one, of course. There's chemistry, there's elite skirm. Chaos somehow is holding. This I'm getting. Oh, there's Baron. And, well, the swordsman not able to finish this like Youpudding might have wanted. Treb fight now, but the champions are not numerous enough to take them down. And Chaos is holding somehow. Over here, the Cav Archer is not doing anything. They're destroying a mining camp and while getting killed by a watchtower. Siege Engineer's on the way. And he had invested to get back on the water too. He did Shipwright, but hasn't really been getting much from it. Now he has some fires out. Maybe if you had a cannon galleon that could change things. But the last castle for Youpudding getting Treb down. Getting Treb down, see, we do no Mahayana yet. But that swordsman transition might have killed him. Didn't get them out in time to fight the skirms and kind of slowed down his push, and that gave the Elephant Archer upgrade the time to come in for chaos. And that castle crumbles, and Youpudding getting pushed back. There's so many things that Youpudding could do right now, right? It's if you could get Trebs to take out these castles where there's no army for chaos. He could raid all of these villas and force chaos onto only a sliver of land. And still there's much more map control for Youpudding. He needs to... Ooh, he didn't see the gold on the edge of the map, though. That could come back to bite him if he doesn't take that. Because right now, I think he's actually struggling for gold, right? He's 11 villas on gold. If he had this gold, he'd be much more confident. And oh yeah, now we see he's throwing up some panic towers because he thinks he really needs to control this gold. He has another gold he could go to in the back. I think Chaos is going to do this. I think Chaos is going to push this back. I think we're going to be tied 1-1. We'll see. I mean, water control now from Youpudding, but does that really matter? You can't hit too much on the grass terrain from the water. Treb's already out there to deal with the guard towers. Splitting armor. Yeah, I mean, that's true, right? He had like, let's see, 10, 15 population here doing nothing. And yeah, now it's down 200 to 160 pop. Siege engineers on the way. And that's the downside of trying to go champions. It's not that the champions themselves are bad, but it's by the time you want to go champion, you haven't invested into longswords, so it takes you forever to get champion. You have to go man-at-arms longsword. Maybe that could be a balance change. Maybe in Imp, the research time for man-at-arms and longswordsmen could be cut in half. Yeah, so the monk carrying the relic was killed by a tower, and the relic fell atop the castle foundation, and now Chaos's villas won't build it, and he shift queued them to build the castle and go back to wood, and since they can't build it, they're going back to wood. He shift queued them, no. Oh no. He needs to notice that at some point. And that's going to give Youpudding time maybe for champions? He's doing keeps. He has 2k stone. Why is he not castling? As he looks like he wants to go for Yasama towers. And Yasama towers are actually really nice against Trebs because it takes forever to pack and unpack the Trebs and take them down. And now he's got it. Now he's got it. Finally. Is Yasama in? Oh, it is in. Kataputo Yasama are in. Yeah, Youpudding, he did a whole bunch of techs that haven't paid off for him. Like, he's won the water. What's he actually gotten from winning the water? Nothing if he's not going to add cannon galleons. Architecture for chaos. Putting ahead more in score, but it's been 3k res collected difference the whole time. Is this enough champions for him now? Well, now he can deal with skirms. Just to hope that the Elephant Archer numbers don't get too high. And only 14. They look pretty intimidating. There's only 14 of them. Suddenly the Vil counts are the same. Suddenly that was 200 to 50, or to 150. Now it's 200 to 140. Flipping. Maybe he has enough momentum and map control this can work? I guess Chaos is slowly running out of gold. And it is 5 relics now. Youpudding did take 5 of the relics. The relics will help him out. He's gotten 2k relic gold. And that's basically how he affords these champions. If he fights near the water, maybe the fire galleys could help. Oh, there he goes. Now he has cannon galleons out. Finally, cannon galleons. Choke point there with the stables. That's going to make the Elephant Archers more effective. Champion's still struggling to take fights. They have arson? He does have arson. I mean, maybe the players destroy the stable, then take the fight. And the elephant's there. Killed by the skirms. And still killing some champions. They have a lot of hit points, but skirms are pushing the back fine. Two-man saw eco upgrades for Youpudding, and now he's coming ahead and score again. And I think he's stabilized. I think he's managed to stabilize just enough, and he did find the gold down here. Did find the gold. As I keep defending it. And he might be okay. I mean, these two castles have done so much because Youpudding simply, if he were a bombard cannon civ, he'd push these castles, no problem. But because he had all of his castles over here, he didn't have a way to get Trebs in a position to push over here. And the Japanese, they only have capped ram, so pushing with siege ram isn't even an option either. And Vils could fight that if it's not properly supported. His stone bank for Yasama towers does look pretty good. Showing how the lumber camps you can reach with the cannon galleons. I'm trying to deny wood from Chaos. Yeah, and right now Chaos is not going to have much wood left. Has the TC out here. We'll still have some stone. At least he still has some wood control, but Trebs can hit that a bit more easily now with all the buildings here. And I think this is it. I think this is going to be GG. Pretty soon. Two relics on the ground there still for Chaos. Still almost blocking the castle. Chaos, he has a ton of elephant production now, but not at the critical mass he needs, only like 20 or so. Enough where he's dying to the skirms. He's desperately trying to repair that castle, this Treb hitting the TC instead. It's fine, take out the TC and then the castle. And Yasama Tower is coming forward here for Youpudding, slowly but surely pushing. Just about 5k score. So it's just about ACCM time. 2 souls from the 90s, still 1 hour game. Mining camp going down. Yeah, now Chaos losing wood, right? He's got 1 wood line left. Maybe the Trebs need to shoot at the elephant archers. Oh yeah, there he goes. Misses, but did force them back. Yeah, Chaos. Well, he does have stone there, but I think he has no gold now. So every elephant archer he loses is extra painful. And still, he never did Mahayana, so never had the extra pop space he needed. Maybe with Mahayana he's able to push this a bit more if he has more pop, but still a struggle for him. Treb is going for the other Treb. Get a hit on it. Youpudding somehow still has a better KD, despite fighting elephant archers with champions. The Japanese, one thing they could do here is elite cannon galleon. And then maybe range more of the stuff from here. The cannon galleons here, they've been focused on the grass area. Maybe they need to try hitting some of the infrastructure here on the crack terrain. They could probably, with siege engineers and elite cannon galleon, hit that castle. Get up to what? 16 range. And Skirm's still pushing forward. He's like kind of running around. Rebs will go for the TC. And there's the GG finally for Chaos, as Youpudding will go up 2-0. Oh, that was a long game. A long game that Youpudding felt like right here, right? This is where he tried to do the champion swap, and it initially was horrible. Initially, he did not get the numbers out. It took him too long to do the upgrades, and had to fight the elephant archers. But then he was able to stabilize. Always had the eco lead, and had enough map control that even when he was pushed, he had space to retreat. Alright, so that's 2-0 for Youpudding. One more game here, and then well, we have 5 minutes until the next Stronghold Frenzy set I was going to cast, so let's see how long this next game is, or if the series continues. GG, hello, Automatic Heart. Yeah, only going to cast 2 sets today. I'll probably stream more tomorrow. And looks like Pacific Islands is the next map. Oh boy, this could be a long one. Hello again, Charles. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Someone spammed that button on YouTube. I saw that. I saw that click on the heart button. I still don't know if that does anything. Because the YouTube there's like a spam button you can press to like spam smileys or hearts or emotes. But then there's also a like button, and they're separate things. I don't know if they do different things. I mean, maybe the spam is just ephemeral. The likes are more for the algorithm. Okay, so yes, it will indeed be Pacific Islands. As I said, there are lots of hybrid and water maps in the map pool. Feel good for the person who needs to type for no reason. I feel like that's like a TikTok thing, right? They had like the spam button. Maybe it makes more sense on your phone, like you spam press the thing. See, they started. They must be taking a bit of a break. I'm in the U.S. Yes, it's 9:30 a.m. It's not that early. Oh, the lobby disappeared. Lobby disappeared. So once more, I'll just bring up the maps and everything. Yeah, That was Acropolis. Was the win for Youpudding. Also Evacuation, so it looked like Pacific Islands was what they had selected. And then the civs, that was Bengalis, Japanese, then Malay, Hindustanis. And so I'd imagine it's Italians against Dravidians or Shu. Oh gosh, Wu Wei and Shu, Youpudding, picking all the 3 civs. But yeah, this has to be Italians now. Italians, Dravidians, I think. Maybe Shu, but probably Italians, Dravidians. Or, yeah, Wu's strong on water, too. But I think you'd want Wu more. I mean, maybe you could go Wu to go Jin Swordsman in the Middle Islands. You know, maybe that could be a play. There they are. Yeah, Dravidians Italians is the matchup. And here we are, Pacific Islands. We'll have Youpudding as the red Dravidians to the west and Chaos as the blue Italians to the east. I think I'll do what I do for the water maps and put the blue player in the cyan so that they show up a bit more easily on the terrain here. Right, so what I did for this map is I took these back ponds and I turned them into an undockable type of water, and you can see that because it's a bit of a different color. I cast Dave versus Ciskhan after this? Yes, I will. Otter, yes, I will. And then in the back, we have a few more ponds over here. Because, as we had seen on Kilimanjaro, whenever there's a pond, people will dock and fish boom there, even if there are no fish traps. I mean, even if there are no shorefish, I'll just build fish traps, and they will fish boom there. So we made this undockable when it's landlocked. I had a very cute map making trick for that. There's like a land up here that's out of the way and doesn't interfere with anything else. And I have a water-only placeholder that I use to flood fill from that land. And then that detects the isolated bits, where I can then use fish traps to change the water terrain. Yeah, I was going to just fill this in with land, but then we had the problem that I could fill in the water, but the waves were still there. So if the players had waves turned on, they'd see land waves in the middle of nowhere. Where are the fish traps? Dead. They are dead. They're 0 HP fish traps, so they disappear when the map starts, but have the effect of changing the terrain underneath them. I change their foundation terrain. Like farms change the terrain underneath them too. Fish traps can do the same thing. Actually, now that's got me curious. Do fish traps normally change the terrain underneath them? I thought they didn't, but now I'm thinking. I gotta check up on that. Imagine that. You could build a fish trap and change undockable water to dockable water. You missed the Halloween stream? You can just go to the YouTube VOD, and it's there on the tab. You can go watch it. It's there. It's there forever. That's the great thing about the YouTube VODs. It's not like Twitch where they delete the VODs after 60 days. And Doubt walks, he changes the terrain underneath him. Changes the terrain above him too. So dock for chaos. Yeah, did you all have any good Halloween costumes this year yesterday? I had fun with the chicken. And oh, transport with the scout from Youpudding to kill the Dockville. Oh, brilliant. He doesn't stop the dock, but he kills the Ville. And he stops the house. Oh god, Chaos could be housed now. He's going to throw up a panic house. Oh, he doesn't know how to respond. He's sending another Ville out. He's going to be housed here, and he's housed now. Oh, disaster. Disaster for Chaos. Oh, yeah, this is the type of creativity we expect from Youpudding. That's the kill. Didn't even lose all that much HP off the scout. Whereas now we have a landing. Chaos trying for some revenge. You have to be careful of your water buffaloes being stolen here. Loom on the way for Chaos now. And Youpudding will be scouting the middle. And we'll get Loom. Loom on the way for Youpudding. And Feudal Age on the way here as well. And the transport. And the transport moves over here. Bills will put up a lumber camp. And both feudal at just about the same time. But no transport to the middle yet from Chaos. He is going docks, and he'll be going double dock galleys. I'll probably see the same thing from Youpudding, but maybe with a better middle positioning now that he's got his lumber camp up first. In this map, far enough apart that you see galleys instead of fire galleys. And the scout going to retreat to the transport ship. Not going to take the scout fight. And the galleys will start pumping out. And I guess a good thing for Chaos is that Youpudding did not scout how many docks he has, only has seen the one, didn't see the other two. Transport ships will pass like ships in the night. No, they will block. Kind of block there. Galley advantage at the start for Chaos. Youpudding not the best micro there. Now he's getting blocked by the galley. Or by the transport for the galleys. This could be an early galley pick from Chaos. Although losing the transport ship will be really bad if he doesn't get to the... Ooh, 4 HP, 4 HP. He doesn't get to the middle, but he does. He keeps it alive. He'll probably want to repair that before putting bills on it. Why does this map have tigers on it? I should probably delete those, as they're gonna kill your landing. Guess it makes it chaotic. Become a water save with the new update? Yeah, they're melee upgrades. They're cheap blacksmith. They'll apply to the Hulk. So Youpudding amassing galleys. He's up by 3 eco units here. That's a fishing ship and 2 vills. Does he have loom? Okay, he does have loom. Early fletching for Chaos, who's really trying to invest into the galleys on the water here. There are the repairs on the transport. It doesn't repair it fully, though. Ooh, that galley's a bit out of position there, but nothing too bad. Fletching is in, and Youpudding, without fletching himself, has to run. Has to run in as straight a line as possible. Ooh, I don't think he should turn and fight without fletching. And he's gonna lose that fight really, really hard. Ooh, I think he needed to just run there, maybe sacrifice 1 galley and try to block. But more vills coming to the middle. We'll have a tower going up for Youpudding. You can't put the tiger into the transport. That would be good. Imagine, like, tigers are chasing your units and then they run onto the transport with them. So after a good initial engagement from Chaos, defending at home, Youpudding should get some numbers up himself, but still doesn't have fletching. He's focusing solely on going up to the Castle Age, rather than fighting too heavily for water. So maybe playing the way Masty plays Migration. Has the mill in the middle, he'll be collecting food there. Can go up when he gets a second building. So he will need wood for that building, be it a blacksmith or a market. Market lets him buy his way up real quick.
Sari. A.
Bill's here being hit by the galleys. Say add more tigers, more RNG. That's what Bozzy would do. Okay, so there he's just about up, but he needs that building still. If he's queuing more galleys, he's not gonna have the wood for the building. Yeah, there you go, market blacksmith. Actually, he needed both of them. Actually, he needed both. Floating a ton of gold. He's still gonna be up so much faster. His eco is much better. He had in a 3rd dock. It added in a 4th dock. And Chaos is investing fully into this galley play. Fletching finally on the way. But all that hunt in the middle, paying off for him. Hunt now just being taken from Chaos, but much later. He added a few more fishing ships, but the fish on this map is so sparse that you don't get too much value from it. Very far away from the docks, not much fish. Not balancing the wood eco all that well. It's true, but that's partly because he's making galleys, right? I think the answer is more he's not balancing the rest of the eco as well. The wood eco is just you're spending the wood as fast as you can to make galleys. Not much balancing there, other than making sure you have as many vills as possible on wood. There is Youpudding up to the Castle Age. War Galley, Bodkin on the way. And needs to make sure he gets the right timing on the fight with War Galleys. But should be chasing now. Yep, there he goes. Bodkin just about in. And now he's going to do a university in the middle, so he's not going to go for TCs right away. He's going to go for ballistics, which is something you can do in the water fights. Build count's still the same. Maybe the fish helping to make up for some of that eco difference, but they are on shorefish now. Ew, Soxy. I'm going to try to wake up early to cast your game tomorrow. And ballistics clicked. But nice aggression from Youpudding to be forward. Part of me feels like getting the eco lead with the TCs might have been better than ballistics here. But he spent the stone on... Oh, he spent a stone on the tower already, so would have had to buy more for a TC. There's ballistics. He's gonna get back until that comes in. I don't see a university here from Chaos. I still worry about the lack of map presence from Chaos in the middle. The forward dock. Well, forward dock is tricky because then he doesn't have the area to retreat to. Right, because if he does one forward dock, one dock production isn't going to give him much. But if he keeps the docks in the back, then he has all of his production in one place. So he can't be pushed. Wheelbarrow now for Chaos. Okay. Keep forgetting where in-game maps are saved. It's going to be in the... It's not the random map folder, those are the custom ones. You have to go to like the game data folder. I got your base. Manage, browse local files, resources, common, DRS, game data X2. There we go. And now ballistics will help win the fight for Youpudding, as ballistics is on the way for Chaos. And Youpudding, I mean, galley numbers are fairly even. Do Thericidai win late game against the Italians? Because Italians, what did they miss? They missed heavy demo. Are Thericidai going to be the answer? Oh, you were looking for the map PNGs? Yeah, I don't know where those are stored. Oh, 1 HP, 1 HP. Youpudding, don't leave it at 1 HP. Finish the dock off. No. All that production that's going to be there. Yeah, it is 2. It is 2. Youpudding did win. He held on in that Japanese Bengalis game. As he takes the score lead here. Again, thanks to the better eco. Who has the numbers here? Youpudding has the numbers and he's stacked a bit better. So hard to tell with the stacking what the numbers are in galley fights. But Youpudding taking a great fight there. Ballistics, so he'll get kills as the galleys retreat. And now things looking good for Youpudding. Things looking good there. He's taken the eco lead, 33 to 22 military, and he can push. He can finish off that 1 HP dock when he gets back. I forgot the Thericidai existed. They do exist. Not IRL though. I think they're made up, but they exist in AoE too. That's what I've been told. That apparently a Wikipedia page had a made up ship, and they copied that. I don't know what the truth is to that. But I've never heard the devs come up with a post that's like, oh no, this is actually real, and provide a reference. Why are there scripts with .rms2? Because in the HD edition, they named scripts .rms2. That's why. It's a relic from the HD edition. The HD edition never really supported any of the user patch features, but I think there were like 1 or 2 things that were there. But yeah, RMS2 came from the African kingdoms. Like Kilimanjaro, Serengeti would have been RMS2 scripts, I think. Can I just change that? Yes, you can just change that. You can just name it RMS and it's fine. Okay, some repairs for Chaos. But still, 37 to 26. Good lead for Youpudding. Chaos has to fall back, and will lose more docks. And Youpudding the one who's actually taking the initiative on the land. He'll be adding in, I presume, crossbows. Oh, Dravidians, maybe skirms. Well, Chaos up to Imp versus the Italians, and that's going to be his one hope, that he can get Imp do upgrades with the easy Italian upgrade path. Named out. Oh, that's true. When we did RMS Cup 2, all the maps should have been named .rms2. That would have been silly. This dock will go down, and then it'll be a better fight when the galleys aren't as distracted. And nice, once again, low HP dock, he's not finishing it off. Will water changes make it less snowbally? I think it'll make water even more snowbally. I think kind of the same reason that like walls on arena make tower rushes stronger, because you can't be counterattacked. I think there are going to be situations where one player wins the water, and the other player now no longer can go, like, sneak around with a few galleys and snipe off fish, because the fish just hide in the dock. So I think it actually makes it a bit more snowbally. Youpudding has elephants. Youpudding has elephant archers. That he does, and a workshop. So it'll be a monk defense here from Chaos. These elephant archers do have bodkin and ballistics, so they should be able to kill some monks. Monk has to fall back to the TC. And a conversion on an elephant archer, that is costly, but the monk goes down. And Minganel on the way. Italians do have good monks. Oh, composition. Galley fire, galley elephant archer, what a composition. Oh, maybe though. From the water, the war galleys could destroy the monastery. Brace her in though, brace her in. And now Youpudding's gotta be real careful, as Galleon will come in. And he may need to go imp. All these elephant archers slowing down his imp. But he's gonna drop a castle, he'll have full middle control. Maybe the castle needs to be on this side so it's less hit by cannon galleons. But this will be hitting the gold, and there is imp for Youpudding. As ooh, castle at the edge of the coast, that'll get some ships. All right, so I mean, still a huge ship lead for Youpudding. Needs to maintain that though until the next stage and get upgrades. And as soon as this is over, we're gonna bam jump right into Stronghold Frenzy. Should have Ciskhan versus Dave Hunt playing right now. Look really handsome today, just like every other day. Thank you, thank you. I'm not using the webcam today because I literally rolled out of bed. Didn't eat breakfast, didn't eat shower. Arbase woke me up while I was watching World Series highlights and told me to cast. And TJ Bix 007, thank you for the follow. So castle in the middle here. Oh, if only a Mangonel were going to pop out and one-shot that. Chemistry on the way for Chaos. Chaos losing his TC. A lot of villas. This castle will have a hill at least. Let's see, over 5,000 more resources though for Youpudding. He's just going to sail around. And Solified, thank you very much for the raid. Good morning. And Cass needs to get some trebs out maybe for a treb fight, but he's still in a really tough spot. And Mizik Leopard, hello, hello. And ooh, okay, that's gonna be a lot of dead vills. If only there were a demo to sail in there. Down they go. There's the GG, and Youpudding takes it 3-0 as he hits Imp. And well done for Youpudding. Crazy second game on Evacuation, but Youpudding will hold on and win. Alright, time for us. We're going to swap over to Stronghold Frenzy. Going to be very fast to go here. Click, click, and let's see. Win on the scoreboard. Enjoy your win for a moment. As time to swap a logo. And this will now be the round of 16. This will be Ciskhan versus Dave Hun. And I'll get the drafts after we get going, but I'm just going to click right into this because we are in game number 1 for 14 minutes on Colo. Here we go. Alright, Stronghold Frenzy. Need to change my thumbnail on YouTube. Hold on, as we get caught up. YouTube requires one extra button click. Need to make a proper thumbnail for the playoff stage. We got good there on YouTube now. So welcome everyone. As I clicked all my buttons. And oh gosh, it's the black terrain near the mountain. This is the one where the mountain is surrounded by walls and bushes and has terrain in it. This map can spawn in many different ways. Georgians have a lovely theme. Vitalis has a lot of fun Civ themes on his YouTube. Some of them are extended if you want to give them a listen. So right, Georgians for Dave Hun, Japanese for Ciskhan, Japanese collecting from the oysters. Do their fishing ships collect faster from the oysters? I think they do. I can tap into the game and check that. It's work rate of 24 for Dave Hun and a work rate of 27.6 for Ciskhan. So yes, they do. So Ciskhan going for Japanese cav archers. He's trying to break in. Scorpion defense with fortified churches here for Dave Hun. And we're caught up to real time. Alright. A workshop here to push for Ciskhan. Did Youpudding 3-0? Yes, he did. Froggy Frog Frog. He did 3-0. Now we're moving over to the next tournament. Oh, I need to change my logo here. Change my logo out of game. Need to change it in game. There we go. And as the cav archers come over, I need to change my scoreboard too. This is round of 16. Stronghold Frenzy 2. There. Now we're all updated. And Ouville by the stable goes down. Cav archers keep destroying farms. It's a nice map aggression from Ciskhan. Really hard to punish the Georgians too much though. Fortified church here at the front near the wood. Maybe needed to be by the stone. I like the market blacksmith in the middle of nowhere. Ciskhan's still taking some food. Oh, the title of Twitch is wrong. You're right. Alright. Ciskhan versus Dave Hun. Stronghold Frenzy 2. Or just Stronghold Frenzy. Shorter title. Knights popping out now for Dave Hun as he's being mangonelled. Thank you, Drake. And thank you also, Moshcraft, for the follow a minute ago. Still, we're so close to 15k followers. We'd love to hit that by the end of the year. We'll head out to the TC. There's some gold out there and a ton of acacia trees out there. And that'll be a good TC for him. But he's still getting pushed here and needs to hold. Bloodline's on the way. Bloodline's in the good HP stable. No map is good when it has plenty of Komodo dragons. That's true, these are modded Komodo dragons with food on them. It's interesting to be like a deer that you have to shoot several times to get the food from. It's a bit of a twist on the deer. Oh, and Galley on the outside. Dave Hun recognizing the fish boom from Ciskhan and going for a galley. I guess he's also attacked by galleys himself. And this is exactly the situation where I say, people asking, is water more or less snowbally? In this situation, assuming Ciskhan noticed, these fishing ships could just be in the dock right now, and they wouldn't have to run or die. Ciskhan notices them. Imagine Dave Hun had like 3 galleys instead of 1. This one just pops in the dock right here. And no loss. Blocking there, so blocking from Ciskhan. You wouldn't have to block like that. And galley goes down. What does it taste like? I don't know. Of all the AoE2 animals, I think the only ones I would have tasted them would have been pig and boar. And boar was not good. As a feature of an upcoming patch, yeah, the fishing ships can garrison in docks, like the Gajurs. But all civs. Okay, true, cows. I forgot, I'm still on AOC mode, where cows are not in the game yet. And turkey. And turkey, then. Alright. Turkey and cow, yes. And I guess fish. Ducks? I don't think I've ever had duck. That's not like an AoE2 animal either. That's just a T90 mod. So knights going down here in the middle. And defensive castle here from Dave Hun. So did we see petards? Oh, we see samurai. Oh no, now we see petards. That was a misclick. It's petard time. Castles are so close that vills can't repair. It's all about the petards now. Could consider garrisoning... Oh, actually, wait, the castles, I think they're... Oh yeah, the castles are kissing each other, so they would need murder holes to hit each other with their arrows. And we have Imp on the way for Ciskhan, and Dave Hun just gonna call the GG. Nope, I gave him a win. There, Ciskhan will win that. So castle drop, too much aggression against the Georgians, and the Japanese fish boom on the oysters. Feels like it did pay off. He was constantly just hoovering around with the cav archers. We saw Dave Hun with 1 fortified church, couldn't defend both sides of his TC. Eco was disrupted. Ciskhan pulled ahead by 20 vills at the end. As harassing Dave Hun destroyed Dave Hun's fish, and he will take the win there. So that's 24-8 KD in favor of Ciskhan. So technically here, Dave Hun the favorite because he came from winning 2 sets back-to-back in the GSL stage, and Ciskhan had to come from the decider stage. But this is Ciskhan, I think, definitely the higher eload player. GG before the petards, yes. And now that we are caught up on this set, let me grab the draft. Actually, I think I need to flip the scoreboard around. I do. Dave Hun will be on the left. This will be it. Yep. Put the correct draft there. I shall move Dave Hun over to the left. give him a win. Or actually, no, never mind. Not give him a win, give Ciskhan a win. Then check off the map properly. Colo for Ciskhan. Alright, there we go. So again, thank you all for tuning in. Gonna hop right into game 2 on Zimbabwe. That's interesting. For like a brief second before they launch and before the spec delay starts, the spec dashboard gives me this is a non-standard game mode version. Warning, that's interesting. Anyway, we will have a Bohemian's Mirror on Zimbabwe. Bohemian's Mirror. I'm sure the clowns in the chat can be rooting for Dave. Want to see some Dave Hunt success in the clown tournament. Did I cast the Silver Community League Finals? Yes. Yes, I've been struggling to keep up with all of the top league games for the early rounds, but now that we're getting to the end, I will cast the hopefully the semifinals and finals of everything. There's a prize pool for that, so I do want to make sure it's covered. Alright, so here we have Ciskhan as the Blue Bohemians, and Dave Hunt as the Red Bohemians. Which color suits the Bohemians more? Blue is more alliterative. And we'll be at Zimbabwe, where players will want to lure elephants from the bottom left. And also lots of golden stone to the top right upon this hill that you'll want to control for the late game. We see monks, will we see Hussite wagons? Is there a meta for Bohemian's Mirror? Is it monks, I think? 'Cause I guess the Redemption monks should do well against the Hussite wagons. I don't want to go too heavy into Cav. I mean, they'll have good spears. And Gray versus Cyan? If you tell the players to pick those colors, I will leave them. Alright, so no lures yet. Not playing like Barles did the other day, where he was immediately luring in 2 rhinos, an elephant, all the hunt he could muster. Players never pick cool colors. It's very cold of them. You need Max versus Backed. Cyan versus Orange. So the crocodile, I'm not sure if the crocodile makes it easier or harder to lure. He has a huge line of sight, so the elephants don't stop chasing. And he's probably going to want to get the elephant and the rhino. Get both of them. Yeah, and then block with the scout. So nicely done from Dave Hunt. And the one thing he's not doing is using a water buffalo to hold open the gate. I don't know if that makes it easier or harder, because yeah, the gate's open, but then it leaves the scout for it. Everything can kind of walk through more cleanly with 2 tiles. Maybe it's better not to do that, now that I see this. Kill the crocodile first. Needs to garrison the ville, there he goes. And 2 HP on the rhino. Nicely done from Dave Hunt. Gets 2 hunt animals there. Keeps his boar on the inside. And now will we see some lures from Ciskhan? There he goes. Same thing, elephant and rhino over here, but there has to be wary of the crocodile. And he's just gonna fight and kill the crocodile. And there he goes. Now the Vil with 27 HP. He has Loom. He has Loom. But Loom with a time. Dave Hunt is over here with a scout. Ooh, Dave Hunt could make this interesting. He goes with the lure. But Scout wants to block. So Scout has to block the elephant and the rhino while the other Scout blocks and attacks the Vil periodically. And by that hill, it's going to be good to get some hits in. Ooh, the hill. Great hill. For Dave Hunt to harass the Vil. Ooh, okay. They keep going. They keep going. Alright, Dave Hunt will have the hill in the Scout fight. I think that Palisade actually might have do. Ooh, okay. Nice block with another Vil. Vil's here needs to start shooting. Oh, he's okay. He needs to garrison. Oh, no, he doesn't need to garrison. Now he needs to... Okay, he's good. Oof, 2 HP left. 2 HP. Twice what he needs. He's fine. He's fine. That got risky there. Let's see, what happened to Dave Hunt's Scout? There he is. 34 HP against 38 HP. So it didn't even suffer too much using the hill in the Scout fight there. Well done by Ciskhan, and also very well done by Dave. Yeah, he almost got that Vil. One more hit and the Vil would have died. Ciskhan just gets everything there. Even deleting the walls so that the Scout wouldn't block the gate as much. I could come back to haunt him if something goes through the walls, but he just needs to mine 10 stone and rebuild them. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, Dave Hunt is clowning. He's clowning. He's pushing the deer through the gate without needing the water buffalo to hold it over. Yes! Oh, yes, this is my favorite thing. He's doing it. He is doing it! Oh, yes. I have an old video about this with deer, but you can push them through the gate without needing a sheep to hold them open. You just get them in their running animation along the wall, open the gate, and they go right in. Yeah, there's many more units to micro for Ciskhan, right? And that's what makes it so complicated to stop that. But you have to have a Scout block both animals. You have to get the Vil back. You have to make sure the Vil doesn't take too many downhill hits from the Scout. You have to get it through. You have to block the other Vils. Garrison the TC. Lots of stuff to do. Well, at the same time, you're still trying to fight Dave Hunt's Scout and making sure your Scout doesn't take a bad fight. There we go. Another lore for Dave Hunt successfully done. He has a boar to bring in 2 now. And he'll be up a bit slower, but 26 versus 22 Vils. Oh, here we go. A lion, a crocodile, a rhino, an elephant, and a horse for the Scout. A menagerie chasing the Vil in towards that TC. And all getting killed down there. This is game mode Noah's Ark. Now, he would have needed 2 of each there. He only had 1 of each. Pulling the whole zoo. Didn't ask if it was a winning game of Noah's Ark. Oh, that was a 3-hole. A 3-tile hole he had opened. But so far, I think Ciskhan winning at the luring the hunt game, even though Dave Hunt had some nice tricks of his own to get the deer in. So there you go. Market stable. Okay, Dave Hunt gonna play light cav. Market blacksmith here and going to gold. Ciskhan gonna clown around with some monks. Now, we've seen before on this map, you can just do the monasteries on the inside. You're so close, you don't necessarily need to go forward. As much fun as it is to go forward. Okay, scout fight here. And one extra hit for Ciskhan. Although Dave Hunt can maybe position himself on the hill nicely. And oh, there's the hill, Ooh, he could use his own hill now. Castle Age for Ciskhan, but Dave Hunt has this with the hill. Oh, he didn't turn hit. Oh, he's using more scouts. Thought he could have gotten it with the hill, but nope, just gonna use more scouts and take a win there. Bring his scout back and maybe look to heal it if he gets a monk out. And double monastery monks for Ciskhan, building them towards the back, so kind of hiding them. But he'll be aware of the scouts. Could always do a barracks himself and do some of those Bohemian spears that poke faster. Oh yeah, that wasn't a monastery, that was a barracks. Barracks and monastery. Use a hill, use a pair of hillbillies. Use a pair of friends.
Ano?
They just do. Oh yeah, they just do more bonus damage. Yeah, that's it. They 25% bonus damage to Cav. And there is the pikeman upgrade. So pikeman monk, it looks like, from Ciskhan. Definitely on gold, so we will have to go for more monastery upgrades. I think you will want to do, of course, fervor and sanctity. They affect the vills. And now come forward with the monks. We'll also want devotion at some point. And there are a civ that does have heresy. So we could see heresy as an option if we go heavy for monks. And here comes the ram. Pikemen, of course, can be placed into the ram. What if you actually just kind of go into Castle Age hand cannoneers? Because that should actually stop the monk push, right? Should be decent against rams. Do a bit of bonus damage there. So there is atonement. Monks cannot hop in the ram. So monk versus monk, the siege tower ram combo doesn't break the monk conversions. They can convert the hand cannons, but it's really tough. If you have enough attack, they kill the monks quite readily. There is atonement on the way. Here is sanctity for Dave Hunt. Like covering the way of the monk ward. That they are. Okay, Dave Hunt doing a workshop. And he's doing another TC. A TC out here on the stone. Okay. Yeah, triple monastery here. He needs devotion though for the monk fight. Yeah, devotion coming in for Dave. Okay, devotion for Ciskhan. Ram for everyone. Everyone liking their rams these days. Speedy ram with a pikeman in it. And there we go, conversion starting on the monks. Monks being hit by light cav. One conversion, trying to convert it back. Converting back and forth. Pikemen pop out of the rams to kill the light cav. Pikemen go for the monks. Pikemen, no upgrades on them, so they don't really kill monks all that fast. Especially if they're being healed. Like they'll let a conversion force a delete. And I guess that was good for Ciskhan, but Davon is pulling pretty far ahead in eco right now and still pumping out his own monks. A double monastery monks for him. It's not like Ciskhan suddenly is ahead in the monk war. You know, this wall has just been completely deleted and rebuilt the entire game. He's going to go for another TC towards the middle. And go, actually no, not on the gold, down more towards the side on the hunt area. All the hunt's been taken though. Maybe he needs to go deeper to go for more elephants.
Ano. Вашим службам.
And how much on the way for Ciskhan? And Dave going in. Ooh, he's close to Imp. You're right about that.
Ano.
This is going to start ramming through the walls, though. And it's 2 rams with pikemen and a bunch of monks supporting them. There's Imp. There's Imp in this TC. Davon go. Ooh, can't wall up because of the monks. Can't wall up because of the monks. Wanted to have this walled, but no can do. Awkward spot to push in, kind of far away from anything. And it will give maybe time for a castle. Okay, well, we saw FedEx fail at a castle yesterday. Davon might be more successful here. There's more villas he'd send to build it. And it will go up. So Ciskhan gonna run away. He's doing redemption. And Davon gets up. He can go block printing. He's doing chemistry, so he can do cannon. He can do hand cannoneers.
Co przykazujesz?
Oh, Dave might lose. Ooh, he's gonna lose his fervor monastery. Might lose the relic in it.
Służbam.
The relic pops out. No fervor.
Ano.
Wall behind this. Oh, and with the imps, this kind of call the GG. He's not gonna keep playing when he sees Dave Hun. It's imp. All right. I don't know if it was really that over, but he's gonna call it. Oh, Dave Hun 2K more resources. Basically paid for imp with that. So, see, 3-3 conversion, 6-1 KD for Dave Hun. Thought Ciskhan had a better start with the luring, but I guess Dave Hun with the light cav and getting a bit of map control for that second TC mattered a lot. Had the eco to boom here. That's now 1-1. Dave Han ties it up. Winning on Zimbabwe. So Veldshan's Tulo, the home maps remaining for Ciskhan. Ngome for Dave. In the lobby, it'll be Velchens is the next game. Velchens. And what do we have? Okay, just a few seconds left and we'll be in. And here we go. All right, so it'll be Ciskhan playing as the blue Burmese to the northwest and Dafun as the red Khmer to the south. The map spawns, so they are apart from each other, each have their own little alcove. And the scouts will be coming forward. Coming forward to a point where maybe they can attack each other. See what they're able to do. Scouts get a whack, but now they're just going to try to collect up cows. We'll see if the players send vills forward. Sometimes we see aggressive walling, and that's exactly what Dave looks like he's going to do there. Okay, internet. Let's see, internet. And we recover. Yeah, I think we're good. We're back. Oh, now we're like a huge... Up. Yeah, I need to restart the game. Okay, we're back. I need to rejoin the game, but we're back. At least that was 4 minutes in, so we can catch up. Alright, we're good. All good. Mini F. I need like an F5 emote. And get people to refresh. F5 emote. And get people to refresh. If maybe if we close Capture Age, that fixes anything. Oh wow, closing Capture Age did fix it. Are we back now? That's interesting. So I closed Capture Age and now we're back. As I still have this sneaky suspicion that Capture Age is the source of some problems. But okay. I'm going to carefully reopen Capture Age and see if my internet can sustain that. Here we are. Thanks, Bozzy. Okay, I think we're good now. Time to lose all the viewers, but I think we're good. Oh, look at that Khmerville hopping in the house to hop out and repair. That's a highlight there. Creativity. The clown brain of Dave Hun. No one had to micro the vills. High level indeed. That's why Dave Hun is here in the round of 16. That's why I made it past the group stage. I also like the willow trees on the map. They make the map fun. So hopefully we're good. If anyone's watching on YouTube, let me know if we're good there too. Hopefully we're good both on Twitch and YouTube. And here's Ciskhan up to feudal. Men-at-Arms on the way. A range going up for Ciskhan. He's looking to get aggressive. Okay, Men-at-Arms archery range. We saw Doubt do this the other day, and it worked out well. Against target. Fun. I wonder if he would FC as the Chimera. He's up on 24 vills, so feels like it. Loom in feudal, and then he'll probably just click up to castle. Doesn't quite have the gold for it because he did click loom, but he wants that loom. Wants to make sure he doesn't die immediately to Men-at-Arms and archers, but he has more opportunity to wall. Where are the Men-at-Arms anyway? Oh, they're going through the middle? What? You have to go through an extra couple tiles of wall because of that. I've never seen someone go through the middle like this before. Okay, Ciskhan, new strategy on the map. Go to the middle. Where's he gonna go? I mean, that's not. He could have just gone through here. And it'd be like the same thing. Okay. Well, this shouldn't take too long to get through the fortified palisade walls. Not with Men-at-Arms. Teach those walls a lesson. Okay, Men-at-Arms are in, archers are in. There's a palisade gate here, and that's it. Oh, that's gonna be broken through, no problem. And 30 seconds from the castle age. Archers slightly out of position, need to be by the gate. And some houses coming up. 2 houses attempted there. Archers, they do a fletching. And Davon needs to delete the houses. He's not gonna stop that. That's gonna get in. That will be in. Berries will be exposed, gold will be exposed, and what is he gonna do now as the Chimera? Does he have a workshop? He doesn't have a stable. He was planning, oh, he's still gonna go for a TC. Bill's gonna block that. I don't think that would go up. I mean, it's only 3 archers, but yeah, he has to go for a workshop then. Better clean this army. Oh, this is not gonna be good. Oh, the Men-at-Arms are in. He needs to garrison the houses. He's Chimera. Go to the houses. Couple of vills left outside. The ones get left behind. That vill right clicking the gold. My greed will slow him down and he won't reach the house. Oh, he will. He'll just get back. F not the stream this time, just the vills. For Dave now, 31 to 22 vill count. And he can barely afford to do anything from the workshop. What's a scorpion cost these days? There he goes. Hills here trying to repair and hop back in the house if they can. Oh, there they go. Like a tower war. Now, vills inside the houses don't actually heal, so he can't do this forever. He's just trying to buy time for the scorpion. Here comes the scorpion. Oh, the vill's going down. They could run and do another house. Archer's gonna dodge. And he's just gonna run. He's gonna run. He needs a foundation. Men-at-Arms will chase. At least they'll run them away. If they're chasing them, then they're not harming anyone else. Oh, there they go. And Castle Age on the way for Ciskhan. So Ciskhan feels like he's in an absolutely terrific spot. Oh, he's sending archers the other way too to catch the Vils. That'll be another 2 Vil deaths. Trying to house wall themselves off. Archers need to come this way? Where are they going? Oh, they're going the wrong way. Oh, the archers come over. They'll pick one and get the second. He wasn't running. 13 HP. Alright, the archers, there they are. He's got nowhere to go. Oh, he's got nowhere to go. And bam, down he goes. Alright, we'll mark it now for Dave Hun. I don't know what the market's for. I don't know what he can do now. Now the Burmese are on stone too. It's gonna be a castle drop into a Rambai. I guess the only way Ciskhan throws this game is if he goes forward and loses all of his Vils trying to castle drop. Doubt Castle, the only remaining hope for Dave Hun. Dave Hun will add in a TC, but that'll be maybe a struggle to produce from that with only 4 Vils on food, no more berries, and only 4 farms. And there we go. He's up. There are more berries? Are there more berries? I mean, they're gonna be... There aren't more berries. Oh, he's taking all the berries. There are hair in the middle. Or hares in the middle, but no more berries. Both of them taking their berries. At the front? Oh, there they are. They're behind the mill. I didn't see that. Okay, there are more berries. Here comes some crossbows. There are also more crossbows. That's right, it's double berries for each of them. On this map. Okay, Vils have to garrison the TC. Imagine Dave Hun wasn't Khmer and couldn't garrison those houses. He'd be extra dead. Okay, Scorpion defense working out for him. Yay, bloodless. A little bloodless. Hopefully my internet doesn't crash again. Both on the way for Dave Hun. And arms up to push through the palisade wall. And the crossbows will get out. I'll get out. And Scout will be by relic. 2 HP Scout. Crossbow is just finding an escape path. Monastery for Dave Hun. Clown needs to clown. Needs his monks.
Okay.
And here come 650 stone worth of villagers exactly. 9 Vils forward. One of them slightly hurt. Humble sacrifice. And he's gonna go here to the middle. Okay, he's not gonna go all the way forward. Maybe worried of the scorpions. As I said, he does not want to doubt castle. But this castle will take out the palisade wall all the same and let the Arambai go forward. Vils can go over to these gold mines. And look at that precision. 0 stone left for Ciskhan. And he will have to pressure fairly quickly as Dave Hun will get 3 TCs up and start booming. Dave Hun, well, he was down in Vils, but he's going to take a Vil lead. Ooh, he's going to take the stone in the middle? Okay, I've never seen someone use the middle on this map before. He's going to take the stone. This is going to be an attempt at double castle Arambai. Yeah, lots of gold around the outside. Stone around the outside, too. Maybe the map just shouldn't have as much stone on the outside, so it's all in the middle. Oh, that's right. Ciskhan also won 3 TC. Didn't even see that. Oh, gosh, the precision on that stone mine then. Did he use the market? No, my gosh. He mined exactly enough stone to have 850 for 2 TCs in the castle. Okay, never mind about Dave Hun catching up in Vils then. It's going to be even, but even Vils with Arambai. It's 1,000 extra resources and a run by time. Now, run by, if they close the distance, they should have enough damage to destroy the scorpions. That's a big if, though, because not much pierce armor for them. Only the first archer armor upgrade for the Burmese. They lack the second. And Town Watch on the way for Dave Hun. Castle can't decide which walls to shoot. Various palisades all getting damaged. Oh gosh, it is not making a hole through the wall. It's making fewer walls. We'll have a hole after this one. We'll have a hole after this one goes down. There he goes. And Wheelbarrow now on the way for Dave Hun. Some vills come forward for the gold mines. And Wheelbarrow on the way for Ciskhan. Crossbow's coming back. There are reeds here, so they would have to go through a house. They would have to go through a house. Here come the Aram. Oh, that's a lot of scorpions. There go the Arambai. They're gonna heal up in the castle. And what I say, if they close the distance, they can maybe deal with scorpions, but if. So Dave Hun is aware of the castle now. Pigmen slotted by the castle. Oh yeah, Ciskhan, he's debated by the reeds. Is he gonna try to go through there only to find the reeds? No, he's okay. He's good then. He's good. And let's see. Ciskhan walling up the middle as he's gonna go for another castle. Both players getting close to Imp. Dave is still in this game. How do the Burmese hussars look? In case he needs to fight monks. Looks like they get full upgrades, so good Burmese hussars if he wants to engage here. Also the unique tech, right? Extra attack against ranged soldiers. Do monks count as ranged soldiers? Do scorpions count as ranged soldiers? Monks are definitely ranged soldiers. Idle military selects them, so they count as soldiers, and they do have range. If it doesn't apply, I'm going to call that a bug. So castle forward for Dave Hun, but that could be his undoing if he then gets hit by the Mangonel, or more likely loses a Trebor. Ooh, does he see? He doesn't see the Mangonel. Not going to see it until it shoots. And okay, that's a couple of dead vills. And the scorpions. That's another onager shot. Or Mangonel shot gets 5 vills. 5 vills. Okay, and this might be a doubt castle. Okay, now the Mangonel goes down. The scorpion's able to stop the Mangonel. Whereas Scorp's OP. Killing some... We're taking a Mangonel shot by killing some Arambai. Now the Scorp goes down. Mangonel might get another shot off. There it goes. Gets another 2 Scorps. Alright, that's a good use of Mangonel. The castle will go up. Maybe the castle's... I don't know, maybe he wants to destroy these walls so that the Trebs can get a better spot. Maybe he deletes that for the Treb. Yeah, he's going to have split up Trebs, though. Janissaries are not trained into range, that's correct. Yeah, there he goes. And then you can get all the Trebs over here. So both players up to Imp, but double castle Treb production against single castle Treb production. Castle, I think the hope is the castle goes down, and then And push. Also, the Burmese, they will get bombard cannon. Halb? Will Halb be useful if they can push the Arambais? Then they'll be useful. Here come the Trebs. Trebs going forward. Finding a spot. Maybe they want to be atop the hill. Does expose them a bit more, though. And triple workshop for cannon behind this to deal with the Scorps. And repair vills, 6 vills, not enough to repair against this many Trebs. Upgrades for the Halbs. More Halbs from Dave Hun. Both players at 100 vills. And the castle goes down as the third castle keeps coming forward for Ciskhan, having all that stone in the middle. Siege engineers on the way, masonry on the way. Oh, Halb and Ram, that's what it'll be. Halb and Ram. Well, Rambai can maybe hit the Halbs here. And go for the Ram. The Ram will force the Trebs back. More Rambai on the way. Cannon out. The cannon can help deal with the Ram. Does enough damage that it damages the Ram quite well. Cannon with siege engineers will have to deal with the Scorpions. Davon needs some good micro here. Chainmail armor on the way. Ballistics. Does ballistics affect anything? Does that affect? Doesn't affect a Rambai, right? So Treb tanks a couple of bombard cannon shots. Scorpions come forward against the Rambai. Does it? I thought it didn't. Maybe it does. I thought they were just inaccurate no matter what, but maybe it does actually. I'll need to figure that out. Okay, Halbs are in the Ram. Tried to catch the cannon. They will get one cannon. But 2 more cannons survive. Ram pushed now. Halb Ram on this castle. Cannon need to get in position to deal with it. That's a lot of Rams, actually. I didn't think Dave Hum would get that many Rams that quickly. Chimera do have Siege Ram, but neither that nor Siege Engineers is afforded for him so far. And it can take out the wall. And this might be a castle that goes down. It's all about the cannon numbers now, though. Oh, nice shot. 3 Scorps dead. Castle destroyed. Dave Hun closing the score slightly. Ballistics and Parthian tactics spell unaffected by Thumb Ring. Okay, do Burmese get Thumb Ring? No, they don't. In Parthian, I knew. Hey, ballistics affects it. Is ballistics good or bad? Because sometimes the inaccuracy is a good thing. It's probably good, though. I'll never say no to ballistics for everything else. Rams all go down. +1 from chemistry. Alright. Chemistry for throwing the darts. Oh, and Dave Hunt will just call the GG. Oh, he's losing vills over here. He's going to be crossbow rated over on this side. Those crossbows there, they finally got through the house. Finally they did. That'll be 2-1 for Ciskhan. As his Dave Hunt's push has kind of stalled out. A few more Rams, but doesn't think he can keep the push up. 3k score there for Ciskhan. 5k more res. And well done for him. So sorry about the internet crashes there. Don't know what that was about. To make them poisoned darts? Makes them fiery. Does it make them fiery darts? Might light them on fire. Oh, once again, I'm misclicking Dave Hun. Just want to give him some wins. That means Ngome will be Dave Hun's next map. Did he opt for it? Yeah, Skirms work against the Rambai, yes. Not like Mamluks. It's a fair question because they did change the Mamluks. And looks like Ngome will be the next map pick. And all right, they are launching. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quickly before this one starts. And then we'll have game 4. Alright, so Ngome, and both players know how the map works. We get extra TCs added in from both of them. We get Italians for Ciskhan and Lithuanians for Dave Hun. Lithuanians, we've seen them get off to really nice starts on this map with all of the extra food they have for the 2 TC start. Italians will be great for getting the water control, cheaper fishing ships to start fishing right away. We're getting 16-player lobbies in 2026. I don't know if it's going to be 2026, but the 16-player support has been in Battle Royale maps for a long time now. That was added back last year even, in 2024. So maybe they're getting it. Zetnus also had a theory about a South American DLC, and that would line up nicely with the Brazilian Dynasty's land that's coming up, if you want to believe more of Zetnus conspiracy theories. I think Zetnus would be a good person to listen to. Oh, also, did I read this? Lutux earlier, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Helping us get our goal of 15k on Twitch, 30k on YouTube by the end of the year. You'll have a town center for Dave Hun. His theories are good. Yes, indeed. Hard to find fish if you dock in this area. Weirdly enough, with all the great fish marlin. How good they are. Oh, no, not the internet dropping again. Oh, the game's okay. Let me do the same thing where I close Capture Age and see if that fixes it. Smells like F. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. Okay, so weirdly enough, closing Capture Age. We're good, we're good. Or no, we're not good. Are we back? We're not back. We're not back. Maybe Capture Age doesn't have anything to do with it. Oh, my internet is struggling right now. I don't know why it's struggling so much. We can fast forward though. We can watch in-game. Need more houses. Let's see if it stabilizes. I'll bring Capture Age up then. Wait for it to stabilize. Dropping some more frames. I'm at 20,000 kbps. Yeah, sometime soon I'm definitely going to be moving and hopefully getting more stable internet. How's this going up? Think we're good? Alright, hopefully we're good. Hopefully that's just a mini F. Sorry about that. And back into Capture Age. Hopefully it stabilizes on YouTube too. Again, if anyone's on YouTube, let me know if we're back there. Okay, Greentail looks good here. Okay, hopefully we're good. Hopefully it's just a mini F. The percentage of dropped frames I see is now dropping. So, ooh, both players docking the little lake here, the side lake, the pond. And no one going for the relic lake. Also, we have Dave Hun doing some walling off. Oh, there's a box turtle in that beach there. How lovely. Yeah, box turtles are in the beach instead of next to it. That's crazy. This map is crazy. This map is absolutely crazy. Elephant being pulled in by the villager. And feudal age on the way for Ciskhan. Ostrich is hunted by that TC. So Ciskhan going for a third TC. Dave Hun doing the same. So multi-extra TCs. You came back? Alright, hopefully the stream is still stable. Even after the drop. So we'll have Feudal Age for both. This amazing map again. Ciskhan up a bit faster. Oh, Ciskhan taking the oysters. Is he intentionally taking the gold from the oysters, or is that just happening? Maybe he's intentionally taking it from the oysters, and that might be why he docked that area. Because everyone else is on food, he doesn't have any gold, and he will need gold to click up. So, ooh, I like that. Taking the oyster as a way to click up to the castle age once he's up to feudal. Need another round or so of that. 15 gold per fishing ship, so a good drop-off. And then you can go market blacksmith and click up. How are they building TCs in the Dark Age? Because the map is scripted to allow it. That's how. So blacksmith up for Ciskhan, needs to get the market placed. Oh, needs a mill for the market. Didn't have the mill. Classic nomad blunder. Oh, what is Dave Hun doing? Where are those vills going? He has a barracks. Doesn't see the TC, but he's going to go for a stable as the Lithuanians. Stable blacksmith. And he'll probably go for night raids once he's up. Shouldn't they have a big advantage? Well, we do see Dave Hun up by 10 vills. Cheaper fishing ships for the Italians, probably not quite as good. And you see that fire galley was cancelled. I think he probably needed gold to click castle. Not as good of an advantage of the extra food for the 2 TC start. Game mode has been dead since T90 won that tournament. I mean, if they want Battle Royale to be a playable game mode, then it's going to take a big overhaul to their lobby system. Which they so far have seemed unable to accomplish, other than making the matchmaking queue find matches faster, which seems to have been pretty controversial. All I see is a bunch of negative posts about that, and like the poor quality of matches that they find, or how unbalanced they are. So, Fire Galley from Ciskhan. So I don't know where that directive came from, but I think it kind of flies in the face of what they said for a long time of you can't pick the maps you want because there aren't enough players, when they just kind of can just make the matchmaking time whatever they want when there are enough players. So anyway, Castle Age on the way for everyone, and it'll be slightly faster for Ciskhan, and he will go galleys over here. Old mining for Dave Hun. Fire galleys on their way out. Fire ships destroying the fishing ships here. And war galley on the way for Ciskhan. Castle going up. Okay, Empire Wars. Well, no one really plays Empire Wars. Can't really matchmake that. There really aren't anyone playing that game mode. But it is the type of thing for something that no one plays. Maybe a lobby system, like, properly would be better for people to find it. So, Castle going up for Ciskhan as Dave Hun does a forward workshop. Pushes with stables, and where are these villas? They better not just walk into the castle. Where are you going, Dave Hun? Okay, they're stopping. He wants his own castle, it looks like. Genoese crossbowmen here for the Italians to try to deal with the knights. But the night raids are commencing. Getting in on the stone, Ciskhan won't be able to mine that. And husbandry on the way for Dave Hun. That is a lot of knights for him. And the question is, will he do a monastery and go for the relics from this island? No warships over here. One fire, ooh, actually 2 fire galleys trained there. And a transport. Oh, a 3rd fire galley out. Ooh, it would be tricky maybe to grab the relics, but with the monks he could probably do it. Okay, ooh, his castle drop. I thought the castle would be here, but no, the castle going down here on the TC. Looking to raid Ciskhan's eco. Dave Hun up by 20 vills, trying to force a game 5. Vills going down. Fun as a lion. Go to the scenario editor. Go to the units tab. Set the player to Gaia. Go to other. Find the lions. You found Dave Hun. Okay, Knights trying to get the vills out there. Well, I thought there was a castle for a second. That's just a TC. But with the ram push there, that TC won't stay up for long. 2 TCs filled with vills. Knights hoovering around. Castle will get this one. Rams can get the other one. There are some Lechai. There's some Lechai coming forward. Vills trying to fight the Rams. Vills trying to repair the TC. Vills will go down. 1 Ram goes down. Nicely microed from Ciskhan around this. Vills in and out, going for the other Ram. A couple of weak Vills there. Knights trying to pick him off. This TC getting more arrows in. The TCs do have Bodkin here. Here come the Genbos. Ooh, the Genoese crossbowmen to kill Knights. Ooh, the TCs have to go down. Vills maybe need to repair this. If the Cav get us around on the Genbos, that won't be good for the Genbos. But both TCs down. Fishing ships kind of blocking a bit. Blocking the Knights with the fishing ships. Ciskhan doing everything he can to micro this, but I think he's getting overwhelmed. And the Lithuanian economy a bit too good. Losing more vills. And now that's 113 to 81 vills for Dave Hun. Now, one thing he did not get is a transport ship to the relics. He lost the dock over here. Now, whenever Ciskhan realizes, he can start picking up those relics. Denying them from the Lithuanians. More ranges here. That'll be skirms. Ciskhan wants another TC in the middle. And that'll be another castle drop from Dave Hun. Oh, he wants more vills first. Not going to trickle the vills. 9 vills at a time. Enjoyed Battle Royale quite a lot. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a fun game mode. I think the problem is, when it came out, it was way too laggy. And they never really got the lobby matchmaking system set up properly to support it. So ram push continuing. Lots of cav trying to surround the genbos. Maybe that house needs to be deleted. But you can't overwhelm genbos with numbers if you have enough cav, especially before the genbos really get to a critical mass. Only 11 of them here, the number dropping. More vills from Ciskhan going to try to fight the rams. And maybe Ciskhan even wins this fight, honestly. Like, genbos, I'm saying you can overwhelm them, but with that micro, they're pretty scary. Vills destroying the rams. It's going to be 5 destroyed rams for Dave Hun. That's pretty expensive. He's doing elite skirm now. I don't think he pushes this castle yet. He's invested a lot into knights that have died. Ciskhan with the KD lead. And he's down by almost infinity vills. But his army's doing fairly well. Ram could one-hit the TC Foundation there. Oh, that didn't happen. More rams. I don't know if rams are the answer here. Maybe if there were skirms in the rams. Jank of 2004 MSN trend. And hello, Noob Netrum. How you doing? Skirm's coming forward to push the vills. TC here going down. Quick means 30 to 45 minutes. I don't know if the Battle Royale queue ever actually finishes. But yeah, that is a curious thing, right? You have the lobbies, you have the ranked system and the quick play system, and they're all separate tabs on one menu or an entirely separate menu. That's where they need some work, I think. Inferior CBA. Well, I mean, this is very different than CBA. Okay. Late is converted by the monk. And Dave Hun trying to push here. I still can't help but think that Ciskhan's able to hold this. Just with the Civ and the Genbos he has. And maybe here is a push that he can't hold. He wants to go Imp. Imp is going to be clicked in this TC. Oh my gosh, there are 5 battering rams next to the Imp TC. I feel like this would have been a better TC. Wait, if the Genbos go up to fight... Oh my gosh, Dave Hun, he doesn't know this. He's gonna do a push from 2 sides at once, with some skirms now. And these rams just need to go, and he's gonna have 5 rams destroying the Imp TC. Oh my gosh, Ciskhan, the Imp TC. Dave Hun, oh no, don't go for the castle, go for the TC. No, Dave Hun, you'll win the game anyway. But oh no. Hello to Booze. Okay, Ciskhan will call the GG before it matters anyway. And there's a 2-2 tie. As we're heading to game number 5, let's see, the stats are all messed up in Capture Age because of the drop and the rejoin, but we'll have stats in the game we can look at, even better. And hello, Prestigo. So 67 to 53 KD in favor of Ciskhan. But those gen crossbows were crazy, but not enough to overwhelm the largest army of 51 and the eco boost that the Lithuanians had on that map. And the timeline. Timeline's so much fun to look at. Hope you're having a good weekend, debuts. A good start to it. And tied 2-2, we will find ourselves heading to a game number 5 on Tulo. Okay, was I muted there for a second? Hopefully I wasn't. I think I pressed hotkeys when I was changing OBS and muted myself. Well, I'm here already a few hours, but I only say GG. Well, thanks for... You can lurk as much as you want, Prestigio. Appreciate having you around. Have I tried Silk Song yet? I don't know what that is. November equals water maps, December equals desert. Yeah, flood into a drought. I swear, though, if there are ponds on that KOTD Arabia version, we're going to see fish booms. Doesn't matter if there are fish in them or not, we're going to see fish booms. Okay, the chat filter has censored the name Tulo for us, so we know we're getting ready for Game 5. I got a voicemail. I'm getting a voicemail on the weekend. Hold on, let me check my voice. Alright, it's nothing important. Ooh. I was not expecting a weekend call. Alright, so where are we at? AoE1 soundtrack is so good, even the 1997 one. Yep. There are two AoE1 soundtracks. There's a MIDI version that's a backup if you didn't have the CD in. I'll only just showcase that one day. I'll need to make like a fun facts about AoE1. Why does it censor the name Tulo? I don't know. The chat censor is just bad. There was a time when it would censor the single digits used for taunts. So you would type yes or no, and your taunt would be censored. I've seen Hollow Knight before, but I've never tried that. You feel the love for AoE with the user patch back in the day. You know, you don't feel the love for it here. Longsword gets censored for you in chat. Okay, just about to start. Hopefully my internet, fingers crossed, it holds up for Tulo. Final game of the set. So many false positives and they're so easy to bypass. So we will have Dave Hun here as the Red Persians, Ciskhan as the Blue Georgians. Their tournament life on the line. Game number 5, Tulo. Not Regicide, but a normal version of the map. There are tons of box turtles in the middle. Seems fairly well balanced from what we have here. Mule cart for Ciskhan so we can start chopping out. More time to chop on the outside though if you go to the diagonals. Much quicker if you go to the flat bits on the edges. So we'll have a quick boar lore here from the front. Deleting the fortified palisade is Ciskhan. As the deer gets pushed in. And boar getting a nibble out of the Vil. Getting a good nibble out of him. As he comes into the TC. And shut down by the villagers. And the Vil will come forward to build a dock right in the middle. Right in the middle of the map. They censor vulgar words 15% of the time and make 30% of normal words sound like insults. That's what they've done. Can't type GG sometimes. Yeah, sometimes the asterisk that's used as all chat, I think, actually gets sent to the message that's part of the filter. So you might just type something that's not vulgar at all, and the asterisk at the start of the first word might suddenly make it seem like you're typing something vulgar, and then your message gets censored. There's that game where HH. I think HH gets censored too sometimes. So we have the fishing dock from Ciskhan in the middle. Dave Hun not going for the dock. Dave Hun instead going for the barracks. And Dave Hun will be going for... Ooh, at this population, looks like a drush then. Second Dark Age building is the barracks, skipping the mill. And might go for a big drush and Vil fight here in the middle. You can do that. But that's what we saw with Target and Doubt. Doubt was able to get feudal and fight it off. I also just try to go feudal and go men-at-arms. Deer pushed in. Let's go Dave the Cutie Hun. And hello, Vinegar and Anthony. Hope your Halloween was great. Had a nice long stream with our chicken cosplay. I didn't chicken out, as the boost says. So at least we have an uncensored map name down here. SF2 Tulo V 1.2. It would be nice to remove maybe the V, like from Capture Age, but or maybe even the tournament name. We know what tournament it is, right? We got our logo here. Oh, consistently gets filtered as douche. Always forgot that when playing Persians. Yeah, that's a word that has stuck around. I bet the original name for small trees would be censored. Captives on this map. All I've seen is 30 militia in Dark Age. Well, the Persians are actually a Dark Age militia civ with their extra food and wood at the start. They can go for the early barracks drush. They were the original Lithuanian insta-drush. Yep, it is indeed censored, Bob. Bob confirming. And now the scout will try to block the fishing ships, maybe? And yeah, this is the advantage of the drush on this map. You disrupt the fishing. And we see Dave Han as the Persians pulling ahead in eco. More Vils coming forward to fish. The downside would be if demos destroy your Vils. They're a Drush civ, they're not a 30 militia Dark Age civ. I mean, they are, right? The faster working TC, if you go in 30 militia Dark Age, they'll have the best eco. Now, Davon going for the fish. Fishing ship's trying to block the scout so it couldn't run, but the militia come over. Oh, that was cute from Ciskhan. And we have feudal first. That'll be a scout boost, and then I imagine this has to be a demo. Ciskhan, you have to click the demo button. Click the demo. Yes. Okay. It's demo time. And also, he has 4 militia of his own. He'll turn them into men-at-arms, but he knows the demo is more important than the men-at-arms. And Davon will run back. He will run away. And res collected, good lead for Davon so far. Feudal Scout trying to hit the Vil. The Scout might need the hill. Ooh, this will be close. Scout's gonna run. Vil, yeah, that Vil is not gonna make it. So good trap from that Scout from Ciskhan. Gets the Vil. And the militia turning to men-at-arms, they will get the barracks. No, someone not familiar with AoE would probably be horrified if you said that your British Broadcasting Corporation are ready for the siege onagers. So market coming on the way. And we'll have arson and a blacksmith. So arson for Ciskhan, market blacksmith for Davon. He's trying to go castle. He's just about gonna have the food. So turning the Drush FC to harass the fish into a build. Okay, here's a demo. Demo gets 2 fishing ships. Okay, where's the demo from Ciskhan? Did he hit something? Must have hit something. Those militia are dead now. Yeah, best Dark Age eco bonus for the Persians, and Davon's going to try to use that to get a good fast castle from them. Elephants and rhinos are boys. I like the rugs on the dock. Nice use of those rug textures. Are those wood lines in the corners? Yes, they are taboos. Nice thick wood in the corners. And okay, men-at-arms and scout trying to break through. They've gotten through one house, but another house goes up just in time. That arson for the men-at-arms. +2 versus buildings. You arson and forging, and suddenly buildings are destroyed quickly by men-at-arms. Archer coming forward, applying some pressure. And a double bit axe and horse collar on the way. More walls going up. So it's a minute of idle time for him. He'll get stone walls. Needs to sacrifice stone, but keeps this out. And we'll stone wall towards the TC. Stone wall over here too. Make sure that army can't get through. Funnel it towards that strong Persian TC. Yeah, we're in the... Oh yeah, wait, I got that mixed up. 30 seconds of idle TC time for Davon, 1 minute for Ciskhan, and also faster working TC for the Persians. More stone walls have to go up. Fortified palisades not as strong as stone. And here, what's going to happen in the Castle Age now? Now with all of this pressure, though, Dayfun doesn't have resources to do anything in the Castle Age. Res Collected are just about equal, and you can add in farms, but TC on the outside. That's about it. Second TC. I'm not able to plop down 2 TCs immediately. And Ciskhan's still with the map control, and will force up a workshop rather than a 3rd TC. So stone walls, can't do the 3rd TC, I guess, with all the stone he spent, we'd have to buy it. And this will probably have to be a Scorpion. Don't think he can afford a Mangonel even if he wanted one. Can a demo one-shot a fishing ship in the new water balance? That's a good question. I'll have to explore that. It's going to be weaker against groups of fishing ships. But that's another thing you do, right? You lose the water but use demos to try to hit the fishing ships. That'll be weaker now. Kind of make it more snowbally.
Gettiyorlar.
Marville's popping out from the TC, going for those deer. So nice deer collection here to keep the TC running without needing farms. And, well, Dayfun's okay now. He's okay. And Persians, Georgians, this is a Civ matchup we've seen several times. There was that Viper Sebastian game where he had won a really long game as the Persians. Then there was that Leary Hera game where Leary won the water, took a good eco lead, and never looked back. Henkin and your camel, I think, is the composition you want to work your way towards as the Persians. Houses on the way here. Man-at-Arms break the walls, and Scorpion should keep them away. Not going to get through there, and nicely done to keep the relic inside the walls, even if he loses the gold. Could try to re-wall that at some point if he wants to. And Monastery on the way for Dayfun. And a bowsaw here for Dayfun as well. Town Watch just finished for Ciskhan. Persian extra HP dock is nice. If he ever wants to, he can come back on the water. Says, hey, Ciskhan, you didn't clean up your spilled basket of apples. I'm going to come back and shoot fire at your fire ships. Let's see, Men-at-Arms probably will take out that barracks, though. And it's going to be booming for everyone, but the Persians will be ahead in the boom now, 50 to 42. So an extra TC here for Ciskhan. Dayfun could do a 3rd TC himself, and he will indeed do that. Grabbing some more deer. Sunville's heading over there right now. Scorpion coming forward from the workshop. We'll have Wheelbarrow and Heavy Plow on the way from Ciskhan.
Gettiyorlar. Biraz sabır canım.
Farmon.
Gettiyorlar.
And Archer goes down. Some more vills from the TC.
Amade.
Monk, I can't grab a relic from this side. He's just gonna hoover around there, maybe do some scouting. Can scout with a monk. They have lots of line of sight. Scouts from Ciskhan moving around the outside, gonna try to find the outpost vills. Stone gate there. Oh, might find a vill. So 57 to 66, still a lead for Dave Hun, and lead should continue to blossom for him as the Persians. Why isn't Ciskhan playing crossbows? Georgians don't usually play crossbows all that much. They don't have an upgrade path to Arbalest. If anything, they usually go Cav Archer as a ranged unit. Okay, and there is that Vill. Scouts will find him. And he'll go down. And crossbows could maybe hit this wood line a bit. Maybe Dave Hun needs a lumber camp back here. On that corner wood. As the booze points out, that Vill is toast. That Vill is burnt toast. Left in the toaster for far too long. Okay, Scorpion hits the Men-at-Arms. It's the Archers. Dave Imp, Dave Masonry. So Ciskhan with a good score lead, but that might just be water. That might be water. And also the fact that he didn't go Imp yet. I think Dave's gonna get Imp. He's doing a workshop, he's doing ranges. And I feel like University and Chemistry have to be what he clicks first with double workshop, then he has to go for Cannon. 3 ranges for hand cannoneers. See if he gets a University. I don't see the University anywhere. Unless I'm blind. That's a T90 emote. Here we'll find some buffaloes. Imp there also for Ciskhan. Since he's clicked that, that'll even the score up a bit, and Dave will get a boost once he gets up first. Ciskhan gonna stonewall the sides. And forward castle from Ciskhan. Okay, that is risky for someone who is going to... I'd say he would have cannon to push that back in. He realizes how risky it is. He's turning around. No castle for Dave. Where's his university? Oh, his university's over here. Yeah, there we go. Now he's going to have... There, north of TC2. Got it. Now he's going to have full gunpowder. Full gunpowder. That'll be, as we see, Halb from Ciskhan. That'll be the right choice. Now the problem is, what happens if Ciskhan then makes a Cav transition as the Georgians? What if he ends up going heavy for Menaspas? Oh, no, it's not going to be gunpowder. It's going to be Cav Archer. So some Cav Archers to open for Dave Hun. And might switch to hand cannoneers. Okay, Cav Archers will be good against the Halb. Alright, picking off a Cav there. Now they're going to look to maybe do some hoovering, do some raiding. He won't be aware of that castle until right now. Now he sees it. Gonna force it anyway. I think with the bombard cannon, he should be able to take the fight. There's Chemistry Ring Archer armor on the way. There's Bodkin. So Persians will not have a Bracer. So long term, they're not going to want to stay Cav Archer. But can do it as an opening and then maybe swap to hand cannoneer. It's a very rural university out there in the farmland. There's a big commute to go to school there. Lumber camp going up here for Dave Hun. So Cav Archer's taking out some fishing ships. And it's Treb time, double castle Treb production from Ciskhan, looking to push this castle, but here come the cannon. And no siege engineers option for the Persians. Both players using the market like crazy. Persian castle will have masonry, will be atop the hill. Trebs need to be behind the castle so the cannon can't hit them. And the cannon, this castle goes down, and that means the Treb then can be hit by the cannon. This castle goes down, and I think Ciskhan loses the game. This castle goes down, and then you can think about running in and sniping stuff. But the cav rushers, oh, the cav rushers are going to get into the fortified palisade. Not much they can get to, unless they run through the TC, but then they'll have another TC. And yeah, they'll be walled. Ooh, okay, they're walled over here. Maybe there's a hole, but they're just going to try to get out. Yeah, they'll get out. And Treb War, 3 cannon, 2 Trebs. Going for this castle. Is Treb under the castle fire even? Yeah, that's what happens when you get Bracer. These cannon really would like to be atop the hill too. I think they're slightly there. And this is the winning fight for Dave Hun. I'll check his eco in a second. Come some units forward. Elite Skirm on the way. The castle goes down, and with the castle down, now the bombard cannon have a tiny bit of room. They need to get to the other side of this castle somehow, but then they can snipe the Trebs. Yeah, the Trebs have to go back, afraid of the cannon, and this castle will go down too. Well, that's a double castle imp commitment from Ciskhan that he's going to lose to Dave Hun. This castle will go down.
მსახურო ვითარ წაგინდეს
კეთილ არს
რას აბრძანებ კეთილ არს
This castle falling, we can finally get ourselves a nice skirm war. I don't know, it's a nice hand cannoneer war. Are there any demos? No demos from the dock. The castle forward. Have archers keep hovering around.
ვითარ წაგინდეს
That castle will go up.
კეთილ არს
Ari.
More skirms, yes. So barracks goes down to the cannon.
რას აბრძანებ
Cannon hitting the houses. Elephant switch here is fitting. Well, last time I saw Persians go elephant swap against the Georgians, it was a super long game and the Georgians came back. Let's not get overzealous here, Martin.
რას აბრძანებ კეთილ არს
But yes, it would be amazing.
ვითარ წაგინდეს
And this be an upset? I think this is a pretty even match. Technically, it's not an upset because Dave Hun is the higher seed. Because everyone who won from the winter round of the GSL stage is the they were given the top 8 seeds.
კეთილ არს
So Dave is the bottom of those, and then Ciskhan is the top of the seeds who won from the decider round. Oh, cannon picks off, or castle picks off the cannon.
Amade.
რას აბრძანებ
Trash bros versus mass skirms. Yeah, but hand cannoneers feel really good against Georgians, and I thought hand cannoneer camel would be maybe the combo, but no real cav play yet. Just now going for Manaspas. Yeah, this is now tricky, as there are so many skirms that you're relying on the cannon to kill the skirms. And that's hard because if the skirms close the distance, they destroy your cannon too. And then we have Hussar light cav on the way for Dave Hun. And last chance I think would be a Manaspa swap for Ciskhan if he could overwhelm the numbers here. But he's going to need a lot of Manaspas. And with the second castle, maybe he could get more numbers if he can hold here for a while. Finally he's atop a hill. And finally he has good skirm numbers to push this back. And if he can snipe off a Treb or 2, that'd be good for him. 3 Trebs there. But the castle being on atop the hill now makes it much easier to repair. Ville's repairing the Treb. 1 Treb goes down. Repairville's going down. More villas repairing from Ciskhan coming over. He's at 143 villas to only 116 for Dave Hun. And actually his 185 popped to 152. Dave Hunt's struggling a bit with eco. Maybe you need to be adding more Persian vills from those TCs. At least his TCs work fast enough, right? 20% faster. He can add the vills quickly in Imp. Cannoneers going down. Skirm's hitting the hand cannoneers. Some light cav coming forward, but more Manaspas being amassed. He will need elite Manaspa still. Don't think he can afford that anytime soon. But he's playing a good hold here. It's a good hold. Dave getting pushed back. Scores flip back and forth. And here come the Manaspas. And yeah, Dave only on one unit composition, trying to get to the camels, doing the armor upgrades for them. Now needs some production as he clicks heavy camel. With camels, also a unit that can kind of go into melee range and fight the skirms a bit better. Ciskhan taking the score lead as he pushes Dave back a bit. And then the fortified churches in the eco. Yeah, you're right, not as many fortified churches in the eco. He could use a few more of them. 4 relics too for Ciskhan, which will be nice. There are more castles as they're turning around the north. As they're moving around the north. And Castle's taking out all the light cav. That was a rough fight for Dave Hun, and this is what the Georgians can do, and what makes the Georgians so scary. They can hold with their repair bonus, cheaper repairs, and then with their heal bonus, minus 50% damage when located on higher elevation. He didn't even need that many vills to repair. He kept that castle standing against 4 trebs and cannon. And then you put the fortified churches to give them a strong eco. I mean, the Persians have kind of gotten past their eco boost stage at this point. No longer training vills as a castle goes down for Dave Hun. Well, that's true. If he goes to Swan Towers, that does hurt the camels and the hand cannoneers. There's Elite Manaspa now. Elite Manaspa against camels. Not really the unit they want to be fighting. The pikemen coming forward here. It's so tough to push build Georgian castles. Over here, castle fight. Bracer versus no bracer. This castle can hit, the other can't. Oh no. Poor Dave Hun's castle. No masonry architecture even for the Georgians yet. Do they have those upgrades? They have both of them. They have hoardings. At the same time, though, the camel number is finally taking a good fight. Dave Hun retakes the score lead as he pushes again. Now he's able to clear some of the trebs. The heavy camel swap working out for him. That's going to force a halb switch from Ciskhan, but maybe that'll give a bit of time for the trebuchets to deploy. And halbs with all these hand cannoneers out shouldn't be able to take out the trebs. Iron casting now, more blacksmith upgrades. You need to go through the whole tech tree. He'll see the halbs. Has to be careful that the castle doesn't destroy all the hand cannoneers. Or kill all the hand cannoneers. Which it's starting to. 3 trebs attacking the castle. No repair vills nearby. No repair vills. Cannon galleon. We have a cannon galleon. We do. The Persians have elite cannon galleon. They do. Ooh, we do have a cannon galleon. This castle now crumbles, and the castle shifts to the north for Ciskhan. He will try to take out that treb with some Manaspas. Should be successful there. I think the castle hits it too. Yeah, down it goes. He's going to start amassing trebs. Triple castle treb production. That'll be a lot of trebs. He's walled up, but there is a clear hole in the wall. He's mining the stone there. No one really fighting around the outside. Through the Georgian castle archway. Yeah, that little arch they have there. Which is, I presume, a staircase leading up to this tower. Okay, this castle might go down for Dave Hun. That's some gold control he could lose. The castle goes down. He's still pushing at the front. He has a wonderful KD. And I mean, the res collected is still similar enough that it doesn't feel like it's as big a lead as the Georgians should have. We'll have Manaspas against the cannon galleon. There goes our cannon galleon. Trebs here still. No camels nearby, only 1 camel. And that could be some trebs going down. A fortified church. Oh, the relics are destroyed. The relic church is destroyed. And Ciskhan will have to reclaim those. Needs more churches in his eco so he can reclaim the relics. Dave Hunt could try to make a beeline for them. He has one. Now, at least he has the relic lead now. Oh, you meant this one? Ah, that one. Oh yeah, 2 arches. And Dave Hunt will lose this castle here. Ciskhan now retakes the score lead. Oh man, this game's crazy. This is still a Civ matchup. I'm not sure who wins. I do think that in the long run, when the gold starts to run out, it is the Georgians, if they can get the fortified churches up. That's maybe a big if. Mule carts are nice for this eco. Look at this. Oh my gosh, the mule cart at the end of the line. There's Blast Furnace. There's Hussar.
Rasa b'janib.
Avon needs to realize he needs houses now. Get some houses up, especially in preparation for losing the castle. Oh, he hasn't had conscription this whole time. Oh, that's rough not having conscription. That means you're just slightly less popped for all of your fights. Taking them slightly inefficiently. And that's for someone who already has the KD lead. 37 to 37 equal eco KD so far. Now, can you see that? You can kind of look at the minimap and guess. I think that's a Capture Age Pro feature, unfortunately. There's that. I zoomed out too far. Capture Age might have crashed there. 31 tiles of gold left. 15 tiles of stone left. Oop. Yeah, zooming out on Capture Age, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Eats your VRAM.
Rasa b'janib. Get you lost.
That's why I don't check that, because it crashes Capture Age. Did we see Svan Towers as the tech? We do have Matthew units, less pop space, and Svan Towers. +2 attack and Scorpion Towers. One day, we'll have something that replaces Capture Age that works better.
Rasa b'janib.
One day. So, Siege Engineers on the way for Ciskhan. I have some barracks going up for Dave Hun. 5k gold's enough to swap to Ellie's. Well, we have Commander in for the trash bows now. Georgians for a game that lasts 10 hours, assuming wood wouldn't run out. Maybe Byzantines, though. I think I like Byzantines against Georgians. Because their trash is cheaper. And camels are cheaper. I think they can spam a bit more, and gold composition-wise, I like Byzantines against Georgians. With camels, cataphracts. Imagine if the spectating tools were part of the game. Imagine if we didn't need a separate app. The Treb's going down as the skirms keep pushing.
فرمان آماده آری
And this army for Dave dropping. I think Ciskhan has hit the point now where he's flooding and he has the map control. And right now this gold unclaimed anymore by Dave. Ciskhan can move out to it. Dave still with a clandestine gold mine down here. Has to hope Ciskhan doesn't spot that. Dave trying to spam Hussars. Now he's getting to 200 pop, but here come the Svan Towers. Here's architecture on the way for the Georgians. Maybe the Georgians should lose masonry and architecture due to all their bonuses. Who's the better skirms? I definitely... Well, you know, that's an interesting question. So Bracer is +1 range, +1 attack. Armor is +2 armor. So if you're standing still and fighting and not microing, the Persians have the better skirms. But with the range and also the ability to have more attack against halbs, I'd say probably the Georgian skirms. It is a slight it depends though. Those fearsome Scorpion Tower arrows. Guard towers now. Now Trebs can hit them. Ciskhan continues the push. Res Collected still so close. Dave Hunt's still ahead in the KD. Both players having lost all their attempts at forward castles. Oh, Dave Hunt losing population space though, losing the castle. He needs more houses. Needs to recognize he needs houses. That's a hard thing to see sometimes. If we have thumb ring, oh yeah, that's true. Thumb ring, no thumb ring for the Georgians. It is there for the Persians. I guess they shoot faster. That's true. That's true. Yeah, maybe thumb ring then helps make up for the lack of bracer then.
Get to us.
I still probably take the extra range over anything though. That's what we learned from Britons, right? I'm sure they love their extra range even more than thumb ring. It only affects accuracy, not the fire rate, only the accuracy. From 90 to 100, so it's a very small effect for skirms. And Guild's on the way for Dave, getting ready for a long game, has... Oh, he's missing 2-man saw. Oh, he's doing that now. We'll have all of the upgrades Capture Age can show us. Ciskhan, he's pulling ahead in score, keeps up the push. Maybe Dave Hunt waiting for all the gold to run out to go to Trashbow. And hoping like Trashbow, Halb, Hussar could win against... The Georgians have Hussar, right? Against Hussar, Halb, Skirm. Yeah, closer production would help. Kind of hard with all the water in the middle though, not as much space. Now has keeps. Oh, the KD almost even, right? Remember how Dave Hunt was leading that for a while? Evening up the KD is horrible news for him. And man, this was a great game 5, but here we have Skirms pushing forward. And Auspice taking out the Hussars. Oh, with all the Capture Age menu techs? Do Spanish miss any of the late game techs? Because they have all the blacksmith upgrades. Saracens, maybe? They have a good tech tree. Yeah, they have a full blacksmith. I don't know, are they missing an eco upgrade though? One of 2-man saw or crop rotation. I think Saracens get everything. And Byzantines would miss blast furnace at least. And the push continues. The push continues even on the outside. There are towers now and villas moving the walls forward. And oh, the clandestine gold has been spotted. 2,000 gold there. And Dave Hunt, he's still offering some resistance. Still has a good queue of halbs and trash bows, but you can tell how it's pushing his economy now that he doesn't have gold. Saracens missed one of them. Chinese missed crop rotation. Can I see it? Nope, I can't. They locked that behind a paywall. Oh man, that's so stupid. But yes, that is locked behind a paywall. And hilariously blurred out. Man, those spawn towers look amazing when they're garrisoned. All those bolts they shoot. Yep, you gotta subscribe $5 a month for Capture Age to see the number of kills each of these things has. So GG there. And Dave Hun, and what a set he gave us against Ciskhan. That's what, 400 difference in elo? And right up through the middle of game 5 was still looking like he had a shot. But congrats to Ciskhan, he will move on. And Dave Hun had a really good run through the tournament. Alas, he is now out, and Ciskhan will continue to the next round. So we have slightly better KD at the end, 710. And Georgians Persians, a Civ matchup I think is still fascinating. I think if you have the right setup for the economy as the Persians, you get to heavy camel hand cannoneer and have a more open map where you're a bit more cav focused, then you're in a better spot. But the Georgians here are able to hold, use their repair bonuses to hold like crazy. So, GG. Oof, alright, that's another 4-hour stream today after 9 hours yesterday. So it's a win for Ciskhan. And everyone winning their home map, so that first Colo game decided the set. So thank you all for watching. That'll be it for me today. 4-hour stream, and I'll go raid someone on Twitch. Thank you all for watching. Why is it so common? They're both really good civs, and lots of map pools for tournaments these days have some type of hybrid map in them. And Persians are a really good hybrid map civ, and Georgians, maybe not your top pick, but still a good pick for hybrid maps. Well, that's why you see it so much. Anyway, thank you all very much for the support and the follows today. I'll go raid someone and say